2026.
T's and C's apply. This promo is under the NLA Caritas Lottery platform.
GCB, your bank for life.
We want jobs, right? We want opportunity. It starts with what we eat.
When we eat Ghana rice and buy local chicken, we create jobs for our own people, not for importers.
Eating Ghanaian food isn't just a meal, it's a statement of independence, pride, and progress. Eat Ghana, build Ghana, our food, our future.
The Eat Ghana, Build Ghana campaign is supported by Agri Impact Limited in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation and the 24-Hour Economy.
City 97.3.
Accra.
City 97.3.
More variety.
This is the story of Anthony Owusu-Ansah and his delivery business, Shark Express. What started as one man's dream is now a thriving same-day delivery business that serves hundreds of families. Through financing, mentorship, business networks, and market access, Absa is helping businesses like Shark Express grow, create jobs, build futures, and deliver joy across Ghana. Behind Anthony's success isn't only hard work, it's having the right partner like Absa. From funding to guidance, Absa stands with entrepreneurs who dare to dream.
We see your story and we invite you to write it with us. Your story matters. Absa.
You are listening to City 97.3 FM, the city's finest.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to City. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. City FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM, 97.3.
6:32. It's Monday, the 2nd day of March. One of our favorite months of the year. It's the third month of the year. It's our Heritage Month. We're welcoming you to being a part of it. And we're starting off with the Daughters of Glorious Jesus. There's none like our Lord, and His blessings have seen us through 2 cycles. January is done, February is done, and we are marching with confidence, expectation, hope, and resilience into our Heritage Month, celebrating everything that's good about who we are as a people. Our places, our food, our music, our clothing, our language. We want you to know who you are as a Ghanaian as we push towards development. So welcome you to the Heritage Month. Every day on radio and television, we'll be reminding you of why you're blessed to be from this part of the world. Started off yesterday with the 8-day Heritage Caravan. They set off from the head office of Channel 1 at Tesano at exactly 10 minutes to 9 through Edukrum, where they visited the very beautiful Safari Valley Resort, Safari Valley Park. From there, they got to Senchi in the eastern region. This morning, they've left through the Volta region, and they will drive all through the eastern corridor. Asikuma, they will pass through Peve, and maybe go through Hohwe, maybe go through Pando, we are not sure. Definitely going all the way through to Jasikan, and then they will get into the Oti region, and they would use the Dambai ferry to cross into the northern region and continue all through to Nalirigu and end up at Bolgatanga this very day. It is possible to travel from south to north in a day if you use the eastern corridor, which is why I'm putting the road minister on alert. He must make sure that before he leaves office, the shortest distance between the south and the north is the eastern corridor. It must make it see the light of day. Business Sense is brought to you by Absa. We are happy to be part of the month that celebrates Ghana, and we're helping you to make your 2026 more meaningful. You get more than a bank. You get tailored banking and finance solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that helps you save, plan ahead, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever saying yes looks like for you, make it happen with Absa. Make 2026 the year of yes. Your story matters, Absa. It's an interactive show. We're very happy for you to join us on our newspaper review segment. 0539986996. Send us your thoughts, send us your questions, send us your queries. With Richard Delaskai and Godfred Akotobuafo joining me with the headlines this morning. With support from Fidelity Bank, enjoy amazing banking benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, and personalized financial support. It's called Switch and Smile Wider with Fidelity Bank. It's a toll-free number to reach at 0800 003 355. You can also send an email to Fidelity Bank GH, or actually follow us on social media at Fidelity Bank GH. So let me say good morning to the gentlemen who are here. And sometimes you're torn between focusing on what is happening in your backyard and what is happening elsewhere, which will affect all of us. And on the last day of February, the US and Israel launched attacks on Iran. Iran retaliated. And as we speak, we are teetering at the brink of a full-blown war, praying fervently that it doesn't escalate to that point, and that our leaders will talk to each other so we can have a peaceful life. Yeah. The history of man has been full of war and violence, And it is so terrible that with all our education, with all our AI, and with all the things that we claim to have as an advantage over the earlier civilizations, the crude tactic of war is still what our leaders are comfortable with at the global level. To think that from the days of Attila the Hun, where they didn't have electricity, they didn't have internet, they didn't know what others were doing 5,000 kilometers away. And today, you know what's happening everywhere. You can talk to your sister in China, yet we are still fighting. So it's a sad day. But whatever happens, we have to build internal resilience. We have to build internal buffers because our oil, our food, which is why Heritage Month is important. We need to be proud of who we are, and we need to be focused on self-determination. And this we shall do if God permits.
Amen.
With those few words, I say good morning to the two of you.
Good morning, Bernard. I share your sentiments this morning. Our thoughts are with all those who are, impacted by this. Yesterday, I spent time calling a couple of my friends who are based in the Gulf area, just making sure everybody's fine, everybody was okay. A bit shaking, but they're all saying they were fine. So I asked for a few updates. They told me what was going on. Hopefully, things calm down this week and people can get on with their lives and they find better ways of settling. Their differences. Aside that, Bernard, though, yesterday there was a very unfortunate incident in Sky's part on the Pokuase interchange.
Oh, what happened?
Somebody was knocked down.
Which part? Pokuase itself?
Yeah,
yes.
Near the interchange.
Near the interchange.
Oh,
yes, by a vehicle. Now, it comes to two things. A lot of the reportage, and we also reported
day or night
in the evening, focused on poor visibility.
Oh no!
But I wanted to ask Sky, is there a footbridge?
No. They've not done a footbridge yet.
They are fixed it. They haven't done it.
Yeah, they're working on the stretch. You'll see that they are developing them, but these things haven't been done, particularly around the area where you expect.
You see, I'm torn also because people are not supposed to be crossing roads there. It's unfortunate this happened.
And this was
and we are saying poor visibility. We are blaming poor visibility.
Yeah.
But the thing also is, on a normal day, a driver is not expecting a human being
at that time
to cross that road.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So it's something that we must work on. The residents are saying the poor visibility. They are there. I don't live there. Sky and Co live there. So
they've actually sent a petition to the City Breakfast Show.
Yes.
To do a show on lack of street lights from Achimota all to Sawam.
And then I have a second petition. Just forgive me before we go into this. From the residents of East Legon as well.
What's happening?
And the complaint. I raised the issue about this street driving that has been going on, and they have been victims of these things, and they are not ready to allow somebody else to die from the foolishness of people who are joyriding. So I will deal with that when
They've
we get
also sent a petition.
Yes, to my phone. I will deal with that matter.
Okay.
When we get into the
show.
You
are like receiving petitions. Okay,
yes.
Sky, let's start with the Ghanaian Times.
The Ghanaian Times has the big story. Ghana back on track, open for business. President Mahama making that declaration at his State of the Nation address to Parliament. Also on the front page this morning, Minority describes SONA as mere rhetoric, queries impact of economic stabilization. And Council of State member castled for 50-bed children's ward for Samatech Hospital.
Okay.
Front page of the Daily Graphic this morning, President Mahama in Arusha for anniversary of African Courts. Cocoa reforms will secure fair prices, President Mahama assures farmers. And stakeholders push for independent sanitation regulator. This will block 6 billion Ghana cedi losses.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Big story. Ghana is back. Mahama proclaims economic turnaround. Also, IGP's British-styled steel show at Sona. I don't know why IGP shoe is making the Chronicle's front page. I mean, must everything about the IGP be on the front page? And Shirai dismisses assets declaration complaint. Dismisses asset declaration complaint against MIF board.
Front page of the Herald newspaper this morning. Minority leader alleges criminal conduct at the Interior Ministry in software deal. Muntaka fights back. Creative Arts Agency boss removed from office ahead of 40 million Ghana cedi injection. Comes with a photo of Gideon Ayikwe. Saw that story over the weekend. Mahama in Arusha also makes it to the front page of the paper.
The news center says Ghana's dawn rising. Strong macroeconomic gains. 24-hour economy set to create 1.7 million jobs. Already we are told that 1 million jobs have been created and people are working giddy. Also, minorities cocoa price cut protest captures parliament. And then something here that says customer gave OTP PIN to fraudster, MML clears air.
Front page of the Daily Guide this morning comes to the photo of the minority leader Alexander Fenyamaki handing over a cocoa pot to President John Mahama. Very nice photo. Major reforms underway. That's the cocoa matter. Also on the front page, it's a photo of the late Supreme Leader of Iran, Ali Hosseini Khamenei, Iranian Supreme Leader killed in U.S.-Israel attack.
The Ghanaian publisher says government or NDC government taking Ghanaians for granted. Apenyo Marking is talking here. Also, something here that says Kantamanso Kingmakers back Afote Agbo. It's here on the front page. And why President Mahama must champion Africa's Court of Justice in Arusha.
Front page of the Enquesta newspaper, Dr. Kofi Amoaban is here. He's been named as a Kotoko board member. Flozy, good one there. Ghana is back and working according to the president. And NPP MPs mob Napo at Sona say they want him as DMB's running mate.
The Informer says this morning, 2026 Sona, Mahama rallies citizens for development. Also, government over relying on Cocoa Board, according to Apenyo Marking. SML GRA scandal, OSP urges US to expedite action on Oforiata's aid. And then Zoom Lion fits into 24-hour economy. This is according to my good friend, the Honorable Rashid Pelpo.
Let me finish with the front page of the BNFT. Bernard Mahama reaffirms commitment to sustaining reforms. EcoBank calls for collaboration to build youth-driven economy.
The Daily Democrat says Shrag clears MIIF board chairman over assets declaration case. Also, founder of Asumdwe Ntumtum inspires followers with message of peace and renewal. All kinds of things are on the front pages this morning.
Maybe you are the one picking the wrong one. let me take you.
Before you go, let me do the Ghanaian point.
Yeah.
Charlie, maybe. There's a story here that says Senya Breku Sea robbery, national security to replace outboard motors and fishing gear for affected fishermen. This is according to the President of the Republic. And then also Ghana's economic stability due to NDC discipline, not NPP policies. Joe Jackson is making that assertion. And over 50 students hospitalized after horror crash ends sports tournament.
Let me start with international stories for a change online. Bloomberg leads with Iran will not negotiate, quote, with US, key official says. So that's a big one. Also, travel chaos worsens as Iran conflict shuts key Middle East airports. We'll give you details of this later on. The BBC also says Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon exchange fire as conflict widens after attack on Iran. And then oil prices rise after ships attack near the Strait of Hormuz. So that's for those who are wondering how this is going to affect international issues. The CNN is also reporting that top official says Iran will not negotiate with the UN as conflict spreads. Don't forget, President Trump had urged Iran's leadership to be changed as reports point to talks, but the key official says they will not negotiate. So we are bracing for a serious conflict. Then I'll go to BBC Africa. The second story there, at least 55 Ghanaians killed in Russia-Ukraine war. And this is after our foreign minister met the Ukrainian foreign minister. So 55 of our compatriots are fighting in Russia-Ukraine. My brother.
I hope they don't go to Iran and Israel and fight US and all of
Meanwhile, Kenya says a total of 1,000 Kenyans were recruited to fight for Russia in the war against Ukraine. Charlie. And Ghanaians 55 have died. We haven't spoken on the number who are in the war. I tell you. Let's come to citynewsroom.com, meaning a hungry animal is not afraid of death. Ghana faces fuel price hike as oil surges after Iran attacks. This is citynewsroom.com. Citi to depreciate by 7.2% this year. This is Data Bank's prediction. Mahama appoints Baba Sadiq as Ghana's High Commissioner designate to Nigeria. Police arrest 3 over lynching of 26-year-old Liberian at Lashibi. Meanwhile, Global Info Analytics is predicting a 75% win for Baba Jamal in Ayawaso East. And then finally, on citynewsroom.com, Middle East crisis. Black queens are safe in UAE, according to our foreign Minister.
Okay, let's take them out quickly.
Yeah, then, but the airports are not working, so how are you going to take them out? Now, if you go to Citi Channel 1 News Online, the story you started with, pedestrian knockdown at Pokuase interchange amid poor visibility. Ketasco clinches top spot at 69th Independent School quiz.
Julali.
Meanwhile, Ghana has only 140 public libraries. Authority raises alarm. And then NHI raises alarm over low utilization and illegal charges. I'll give you a couple more on my job online. Ghana has over 5 weeks of fuel stock despite Middle East. This is the MPA's Absa Tasunti. Okay. Dan Kanama says Middle East tensions may hit Ghana's pump soon. And then Sofa Akufu on Abuase's missing gold opportunity. Let me end with the High Street Journal. And it says the US-Iran strikes in the Middle East smash dreams of Ghanaians seeking better life in the Emirates. You know, there's a market for a lot of people in the middle level sector. According to this analysis, the insecurity that's going to affect a lot of Ghanaians who seek economic refuge there.
Let's start with the Iran.
Yeah, just before you do, let me just mention we don't have the Herald, but we have the.
I have the Herald.
You have the Herald?
Yes,
okay, you mentioned.
Yes,
Okay, forgive me.
I have the Herald this morning.
You were busy cooking up an Ewe proverb, so you are not concentrating. You are not concentrating on the matters.
So let's start.
You know those things, they don't cook them up. They come as
okay. I will start from page 9 of the Daily Graphic this morning, Bernard. Iran vows revenge after killing of Khamenei. Iran vowed revenge yesterday after the killing of its supreme leader and traded strikes with Israel as part of a widening war prompted by a surprise U.S. and Israeli bombardment a day earlier. The U.S. military said 3 service members have been killed, the first known American casualty from the conflict. Blasts in Tehran sent a huge plume of smoke into the sky in an area where there are government buildings. Iranian authorities say more than 200 people have been killed since the start of the U.S. and Israeli strikes that killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and other senior leaders. On the Ghana side, on page 5, government commences evacuation of embassy staff in Iran. Story by Pakum Emmanuel Damali. The government has commenced a partial evacuation of staff from the Ghanaian embassy in Tehran amidst escalating United States-Israeli joint attacks on parts of Iran. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in a statement issued last Saturday, said it had also activated the emergency preparedness plan and was assessing the evacuation of Ghanaian nationals in Iran following recent developments as a precautionary intervention. Quote, a number of embassy staff in Tehran have been evacuated, with essential personnel remaining to coordinate assistance to Ghanaians in the country.
Meanwhile, on the same ministry, page 8 of the Ghanaian Times says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs advises Ghanaians to avoid non-essential travel to the Middle East. The story says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has advised Ghanaians to avoid non-essential travel to and from the Middle East amid escalating hostilities that are raising serious security concerns across.
Let me give you 2 local angles and still stay international. Ghana faces fuel price hike as oil surges after Iran attacks. William now reports on citynewsroom.com that Ghanaians could soon feel renewed pressure at the fuel pump as global prices surge following the fresh attacks that he reported. According to the UK's maritime trade operations, at least 3 ships were attacked near the Strait of Hormuz. 2 vessels were hit by unknown projectiles, causing fires, while another projectile reportedly exploded very close to a 3rd vessel. Authorities say the crew members were safe. And then for Ghana, a net importer of refined petroleum products, sustained increases in crude prices could translate into higher pump prices, increased transport fares, and upward pressure on food and commodity prices. Energy analysts know that the markets have not gone yet into full panic mode, as major oil production and transport infrastructure have not been directly targeted, and there also seems to be an oversupply on the market. I'll stay with that story because the NPA is assuring us that we have over 5 weeks of fuel stock, and therefore there would not be an immediate repercussion. So Absa Tasunti, speaking on Joy News, said that acknowledged that Ghana as a net importer of petroleum would inevitably feel the ripple effects of the global market disruption. However, I emphasized that the authority has robust measures in place to ensure consistent supply and shield consumers from immediate shortages. They have moved to calm fears among Ghanaians, assuring the public that the country has enough fuel stock. Let me end this segment with the Ghanaians fighting in Ukraine. According to this BBC story, at least 55 Ghanaians have been killed in Russia-Ukraine war. And don't forget, that war started in 2022, February. So it's like February is a month for wars. Because February 28th was where this one too started. So at least 55 Ghanaians have been killed fighting in the war in Ukraine, which is 3 years old, with 2 others currently held as prisoner of war. Ghana's Foreign Minister Akudzeto Ablakwa has said on a trip to Kiev, Akudzeto Ablakwa said about 272 Ghanaians were believed to have been lured into conflict since 2022. Citing Ukrainian authorities, Ablakwa described the figures as depressing and frightening, saying Ghana cannot turn a blind eye to these heartbreaking statistics. Now, he did not say on whose side Ghana had been fighting, but Ukraine's foreign minister said on Wednesday that more than 1,700 people from 36 countries in Africa had been recruited to fight for Russia.
Wow.
1,700 people from 36 African countries recruited to fight for Russia. The 55 Ghanaians is the highest number of casualties from a single African country to have been officially confirmed in the Russia-Ukraine war. Local media in Cameroon have reported that 94 of their nationals have died in the conflict, but the authorities have not commented on these figures. 2 South Africans and at least 1 Kenyan are also reportedly dead.
Well, let's take you to some other stories.
So
let me
some
take you
people
to
may
the
be sitting
Herald.
in Ghana, not knowing where their relatives are.
Yeah, because
for all you know, they are fighting Ukraine.
Let me take you, Bernard, to
Page
page 3 of the Herald. Let's do some politics quickly. And the minority leader alleges criminal conduct at Interior Ministry in software deal. The controversy over the government's engagement of a private software company, of a private software developer, TribeNet, for the ongoing personal recruitment into the state security services has intensified, spilling beyond heated parliamentary exchanges into open threats of imprisonment from the minority leader Alexander Kwamena Afenyomarkin. The disagreement focuses on the President John Dramani Mahama's government's decision to replace the traditional paper-based manual system of aptitude tests for prospective recruits with an AI-powered platform. So that particular one is also ongoing.
Talking about investigations and outcomes, if you go to page 2 of the Daily Democrat newspaper, Shraj, we are told, has cleared the MIIF board chairman. MIF over assets declaration case.
Okay.
Now, quickly, the first 2 paragraphs say Ghana's Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Shraj, has dismissed a complaint alleging that the board chairman of the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIIF, as you say, MIF, Richard Kwame Asante, failed to declare his assets in accordance with the Constitution. Now, he goes on to provide further details. If you're interested, go to that story. But I take you back to Parliament because the President was in Parliament on Friday.
Give us some
and
highlights.
Spoke about the state of the nation. If you go to page 6 of the News Center, Elvis Dako reports that President John Dramani Mahama has delivered an expansive and data-rich account of Ghana's direction, declaring that the country is emerging from its most severe economic crisis in recent history and entering what he described as a decisive takeoff phase. Now, presenting his 2026 State of the Nation address to Parliament under Article 67 of the 1992 Constitution, the President outlined a multi-sector transformation agenda anchored on the newly legislated 24-hour economic policy, sweeping macroeconomic stabilization, expanded health financing, education reforms, security retooling, cocoa sector restructuring, and power sector renegotiations across agriculture, health, education, infrastructure, energy, and national security. He detailed billions of cedis in allocations, structural reforms, and measurable gains, from inflation falling to 3.8%, foreign reserves rising to some $13.8 billion US, and debt reduced by some 82.1 billion Ghana cedis to 1.7 million projected jobs under the 24-hour economy, and more than 220,000 tertiary students expected to benefit from free relief in 2026.
Yes, the Daily Guide also carries parts of that. Major reforms underway, sole source contract, emergency procurement banned, and Parliament approval for state property sale. The minority not very happy though. The Daily Guide reports that slogan, no action, minority slams Mahama. Addressing journalists in Parliament shortly after the President's message, Mr. Alexander Afenyomarkin, the minority leader, said the address resembled a political campaign speech rather than an honest account of national conditions.
Let me give you the Pokuase story. This is Channel 1 News reporting that a pedestrian was knocked down by a vehicle at the Pokuase interchange near the Echo Block on Sunday, March 1. According to eyewitnesses, the accident occurred under poor visibility conditions due to non-functioning street lights on portions of the interchange. Residents said the faulty lighting has made it difficult for motorists to see pedestrians attempting to cross the road, especially at night, increasing the risk of accidents in the area. They've appealed to relevant authorities to urgently fix and provide adequate street lights on the interchange. Now, I'm being told by a resident of the area that, in answer to your question, that there actually are a network of multiple footbridges at the Pokuase interchange. Unfortunately, most pedestrians don't use them.
I mean, on the bridge itself, when you're walking on the bridge, that's what you're talking about.
Yes, the footbridge rather used by people exercising, especially on weekends.
Yeah, so if you are talking about the bridge, like walking, like Aoshi, those ones, you see footbridge on it, but not the kind
where
of
the guy was not
close to that place. But you see what the one that you have like close to the which place is a better example? Okay, so
like Shashi,
yes.
That's across the main road.
Exactly.
We don't have that.
No,
what we have is the one over the footbridge, over the interchange itself.
Exactly. They are doing a number of them because of the new road construction work that they are doing.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, if you go to page 5 of the Point newspaper, we are told of 50 students have been hospitalized after horror crash. Now, that story says a day of excitement and the competition turned tragic in the Krachi East municipality on Saturday as a vehicle transporting students from the Inter-Circuit Sports Tournament was involved in a severe crash, leaving more than 50 young athletes hospitalized. Now, the accident or the crash occurred along the Tokurano Domabing stretch while the students were returning from the games held at Adum Kwanta.
So you're actually talking OT region.
Okay.
And in fact, our team this morning, they could either go through Kwando and enter Nkonya, or they could go through Hokwe and enter through Santro Kofi.
Okay.
So this morning, you're going to hear a lot of those things on the program today.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting analysis about whether the World Cup will come on following what's happening in the Middle East. The BBC has a very interesting analysis, and it is asking whether Iran, for example, will boycott the World Cup.
Yeah, the FA president of Iran spoke yesterday. He says at the moment they're not very sure.
Are they supposed to play in the US?
Yes, they're playing in Los Angeles.
Maybe they should reconfigure the groups so they play in Mexico. Maybe that, because they are not having any problem in Mexico, right? And it's a 3-country World Cup, so maybe you may have to rejig the thing.
But what if they make it to the next stages then?
But Mexico can also host up to semi-final.
I think
FIFA may have to come up with, because you see, if a country has qualified for a tournament, you cannot deprive them of playing there because they are fighting with another country. That's why there are 3 countries. Mexico has no problem with Iran.
Canada has no problem.
So you get my point. So you may have to decide that maybe the group that Iran is in should be located in Mexico or something.
Yeah, but the bigger issue is to speak about the madness of our leaders.
Or should we boycott the World Cup?
Some people are pushing for that, especially because of how the US is misbehaving.
Or we should ask that the World Cup be taken from the US?
Well, that's a decision for the FIFA to make, because they have already given a peace award to the president of the US.
FIFA has no. Let's come back to this.
Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go!
Yo, Pana! Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Hey, Andrea. Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank.
Oh, okay.
And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle. And the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Good morning and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valex. Coming up, fuel prices projected to go up by over geopolitical tensions and treasury bills oversubscribed by 155% as investors submit 14.82 billion Ghana cedis in bids. And later, Databank projects 7.2% cedi depreciation in 2026. I am Neteli Ajahu. Thanks for choosing us. Let's settle for the details now. Now, consumers of petroleum products in the country could in the coming days see upward adjustments at the pumps as renewed geopolitical tensions in the Middle East push global crude prices higher. The rise in international oil benchmarks is expected to increase import-related expenses, potentially affecting the overall landing cost of fuel, which includes the product price, freight, insurance, and other associated charges. Daniel Sakiti has more in this report.
Crude oil prices are trending upward following disruptions to oil and gas shipment through the Strait of Hormuz, a key global energy corridor, amid escalating regional tensions in the Middle East. Prices are currently trading above $70 per barrel, a development that could have direct implications for fuel pricing in Ghana. As a net importer of refined petroleum products, Ghana remains highly exposed to movements in global crude prices. Any sustained increase is expected to translate into higher landing costs, placing upward pressure on pump prices despite recent gains by the Citi. Executive Secretary of COPEC, Duncan Amwa, warns that the unfolding situation in the Middle East could trigger fuel price hikes in the first pricing window of March if the disruptions persist.
It depends on how fast the international market prices they move. If they move faster, I don't see how the city will be able to assuage the differences. Again, these are early days yet. You cannot tell whether Iran or its allies will have the firepower to hold off the attack, by Israel and US. It's early days. We will see how the days unfold. But if this war is sustained, chances of crude hitting $100 a barrel, like I said some time ago, would just be a reality, and we'll all end up having to pay more for fuel in Ghana.
Duncan Amwa called on the Minister for Energy to urgently put in place measures to build strategic fuel buffers to cushion the domestic market from the impact of external geopolitical shocks.
You don't also have strategic stock sitting with boss, and so it is more of what the BDCs are keeping in tank for all of us. That should bring into question the need for the Energy Minister to immediately start looking at the issue of having a strategic stock margin or reserve. You cannot continue to depend on an open market, especially when the world is looking this dangerous.
That was Executive Secretary of COPEC Duncan Amwa ending that report by Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti. Meanwhile, some oil marketing companies have begun implementing marginal upward price adjustments in line with industry expectations for the current pricing window. State-owned GOIL has revised petrol prices at 200 selected stations nationwide, increasing the price of the National Petroleum Authority approved price floor of 10.46 pesos per litre, up from the 10 cedis 24 pesos per litre in the previous window. Discounted diesel prices at the same 200,000 selected stations remain unchanged, continuing to sell at 12 cedis 53 pesos per litre, as recorded in the second pricing window of February. Meanwhile, Super XP 95 at these stations is retailing at 13 cedis 50 pesos per litre. Under the regular pricing regime, petrol is now selling at 11 cedis 56 pesos per litre, up from the 11 cedis 42 pesos per litre in the second pricing window of February. Diesel has also seen a slight adjustment, rising to 12 cedis 88 pesos per litre and 12 cedis 83 pesos per litre. The regular price of Super XP 95 is selling at 13 cedis 50 pesos per litre. Last week's Treasury bill auction recorded yet another strong demand, with investors submitting bids worth 14 cedis 82 pesos against a target of 5 cities, 81 billion Ghana cedis. Data from the Bank of Ghana shows that of the 14 cities, 82 billion Ghana cedis tendered, the Treasury accepted only 8 billion Ghana cedis, rejecting about 6 billion, while taking an additional 3 billion above its target. This report has more details.
The outcome translated into an oversubscription rate of 155.3% and drove yields to their lowest levels in over 3 decades. The data revealed that a 91-day bill attracted 6.83 billion Ghana cedis in bids, of which 3.74 billion was accepted. The 182-day segments recorded bids of 2.83 billion Ghana cedis, with 1.52 billion Ghana cedis accepted, while the 364-day bill saw 3.54 billion Ghana cedis accepted from the 5.17 billion Ghana cedis tendered. Yields fell across all maturities, with the 91-day bill declining by 113 basis points to 5.32%. The 182-day bill also fell by 121 basis points to 6.97% from 8.18%, while the 364-day bill shed 44 basis points, settling at 9.76%. For the next auction, the Treasury has set a target of 5.68 billion Ghana cedis for the 91, 182, and 364-day bills.
Now, stakeholders in the finance and energy sector say President John Dramani Mahama's State of the Nation address has reinforced growing signs of macroeconomic stabilization. They note that government's commitment to honoring coupon payments, the introduction of the value of money legislation, and ongoing efforts to resolve legacy debts in the energy sector are expected to strengthen credit credibility and restore greater order, transparency, and predictability to public financial management. Here is more.
Delivering his second State of the Nation address, President John Dramani Mahama noted that these macroeconomic gains are not just statistics, but translate into tangible improvement for businesses and households across the country. Commenting on the address, finance and tax analyst Nelson Kwagbeji said the administration's focus on fiscal prudence and debt management is gradually restoring investor confidence and could help lower borrowing costs further.
We have now come to the point of stability. This is the time to grow. But then we cannot grow when we still have some little bottlenecks affecting certain sectors of the economy, for instance, the cocoa sector. And so in as much as we have achieved stability, the time has come for us to grow. And we are very happy as industry players, the kind of reform that the government is making in the cocoa sector, because see, cocoa has been the lifeblood of our economy since time immemorial.
For his part, energy analyst Benjamin Insia highlighted the government's efforts to revamp the Tema Oil refinery and settle legacy energy debts, describing these measures as critical to improving sector efficiency.
We've done well by renegotiating some of these contracts. I have as a center, we've always stated that some of our contracts, or the PPAs, were over-bloated or overestimated because of how we entered into them. Most of them were sole-source or restricted and were signed during emergency periods. And for that matter, some of these independent power producers took advantage of our situation and bloated their generation costs. So it is good now. We are renegotiating them.
Benjamin Sia is an energy analyst and he's ending that report filed by Daniel Ojo-Mensah. Now, Deputy Finance Minister Thomas Nyakwamping has dismissed claims that a new accelerated national reserve accumulation policy could fuel illegal mining. The policy, recently approved by Parliament, aims to boost gold reserves to strengthen import cover by 2028. Critics fear increased demand for gold may encourage Galamsey, but he tells Citi Business News government remains committed to tackling illegal mining.
We are going to enhance the fight against illegal mining. But what we are getting, we need to coordinate it properly and ensure that it is brought into the country to support reserve accumulation. There is an ambitious program to accumulate reserves that will be enough to cover 15 months of import. It has never happened in the history of Ghana. We need to work towards this. And once we achieve it, look at Russia. Upon all the sanctions on them, because they built enough reserves, their economy continues to be strong. That era where we borrow to build reserves, after a couple of months, reserves are depleted, and then the city is always wobbling.
Thomas Nyakuampeng is the Deputy Finance Minister. Now, Data Bank Research is projecting relative stability for the Ghana cedi in 2026, forecasting a year-end depreciation of 7 cedis 20% against the US dollar. Under its 2026 economic outlook, the cedi is expected to close the year at approximately 12 cedis 85 pesos to the dollar, assuming the absence of major systematic shocks. The forecast factors in anticipated demand pressures from bulk importers, energy-related payments, and Eurobond obligations. It is anchored on the conservative assumption of monthly inflows of about 750 million Ghana cedis from Gold Board, alongside ongoing reforms within the small-scale mining sector. According to the report, sustained gold-backed inflows are expected to strengthen the central bank's capacity to manage market expectations and smooth volatility in the foreign exchange market. Now, on the interbank market, the dollar is going for 10 cedis 66 pesos, the pound for 14 cedis 40 pesos, and the euro for 12 cedis 57 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. I am Netelinete Ajaho. Have a good morning.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Why shall I way? Engagement tense and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now, Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now, Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Telenet served you the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News. I am Caleb Kuda. Gabi Affairs here. Here's Good Kickoff that's brought to you by Polytank. If not, this is okay. Now, have you gotten your Polytank Sumo Super yet? If not, this is your month to save. Get 10% off the premium multiple layer Sumo Super Tank from now till the end of Ghana month nationwide. Yes, let's celebrate our heritage together. Built with advanced multi-layer technology and reinforced for superior durability, Sumo Super is designed to last, giving you peace of mind for your home project or business. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit any Polytank outlet today, ask for Sumo Super and save over 1,000 Ghana cedis. Polytank, the original. Always the best. Polytank does not request for Momo payments online. Gabi Affairs in with Kickoff.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
All right, it's Monday morning, March 2. It's a new month. Welcome aboard to Kickoff on Citi 97.3. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Rice's delivery again, and Arsenal have it in again. Jurien Timber takes control of the London derby. Another set piece, another struggle for Sanchez.
All right, so a game of three corners that saw Arsenal claim a statement win as they overcame London rivals Chelsea 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium, extending the Gunners' undefeated head-to-head runs to 11 games, 8 wins,
and 3 draws for Arsenal. More coming up, plus results from the Ghana Premier League Women's Football and some boxing updates as well. As always with us, Western Union, Polytown Ghana, Zonda GH and Lachelle. Let's improve life. Alright, I'm Gabi Ofer. Let's begin with some women's football. And the Ghana Football Association is reassuring the public of the safety and well-being of the Black Queens amid escalating tensions in the Middle East. In a statement issued on Sunday, the association confirmed that its president, Keto Kreku, has personally engaged the players and technical staff, urging them to remain calm, united, and focused during this period. Here is more from Julio Ashirifamwa.
Following the events in the Middle East, President Kurt Edwin Simeno Kreku has met with the Black Queens to appeal for calm. He assured the team that the GFA has, over the last 24 to 48 hours, engaged all stakeholders, including Ghana's mission in the United Arab Emirates, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and our security advisors in its quest to find the right solution to the problem. Meanwhile, Ghana's Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa and Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Adams have both called to offer the nation's support to the team during this period. The GFA respectfully ask everyone to be calm as we monitor the situation.
All right, so that's Julio Ashiframwa with that statement released from the Ghana Football Association. The Black Queens on the pitch on Saturday delivered a commanding performance to defeat Hong Kong 4-0 in their Pink Ladies Cup opener. So we'll be keeping tabs on if they can continue that game in the United Arab Emirates. In the Ghana Premier League, not the best of weekends for Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. For the Porcupines, they were held to a goalless draw by 10-man Vision Football Club. Hearts of Oak also dropped points, losing to Bibiani Gold Stars by 2-1 at the Dance Park. Here's a wrap of the result from the weekend.
1 point. That is now the narrow gap separating league leaders Mediama SC from second place defending champions Bibiani Gold Stars, and what is turning out to be one of the most intense title races in recent Ghana Premier League history. Not too long ago, Mediama were cruising with an 8-point advantage at the summit. But fast forward to match week 24, and the story has changed dramatically as the race for the title has been completely reshaped. For traditional powerhouses Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko, the story was far from pleasant. A loss and a draw respectively, as pressure continues to mount on the two legacy clubs. Despite the tightening race, Mediama still remain on top, and according to head coach Ibrahim Tanko, being league leaders is what matters for now.
Always said we have to look at our game. We have to look at our game, and I don't think we have to look at elsewhere. If they won, we have a point here. We are still league leaders, so we look at the next game.
Defending champions Bibiani Gold Stars, however, are not slowing down. They staged a late comeback to secure their 4th consecutive victory, a result that has effectively ended Hearts of Oak recent unbeaten run. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko were left searching for answers at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where they failed to convert their chances despite dominating parts of the game. The visitors were reduced to 10 men in the 69th minute when Mohamed Aoud was shown a second yellow for stopping a dangerous counter-attack. But even with the numerical advantage, Kotoko could not find the breakthrough as the match ended goalless. Interim head coach Prince Diawusu was visibly disappointed after the final whistle.
I don't see it as a progress made because we had a lot of chances that we have to take it. You get into the last minute, see what the goalkeeper did there. He had the ball into the net. Just one guy standing over there, just push it in there. It's just running away for the ball to enter by itself. Just touch it and put it in there. So I'm not happy with it.
At the top of the standings, the title race is now tighter than ever. Mediama lead with 46 points, but Bibiani Gold Stars are right behind with 45 points. Hearts of Oak sit third with 40 points, while Asante Kotoko follow closely on 39 points. With the matches running out, every point now counts in the battle for survival and supremacy in the Ghana Premier League.
All right, so that's the report from Julio Ashiframwa, a wrap of the results from the weekend match week 24. Now, away from that to some boxing news, and President of the Ghana Boxing Federation, Dauda Husseini, has expressed satisfaction after the successful conclusion of the National Individual Amateur Boxing Championship at the Bukom Boxing Arena on Friday. The competition was staged to identify and select top performing boxers who will represent Ghana at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow later this year.
I'm very satisfied because we are bringing new things. We are changing the dynamics and we are giving boxing a new facelift. You could see from the happenings around us now. Yesterday, we were able to launch our new logo, which of course is a new, a new era in the, Ghana Boxing Federation or for the Ghana Boxing Federation. So I'm very satisfied and I'm very happy for the changes that so far we are bringing on board to make sure we put boxing to a certain level.
All right, so that's the president of the Ghana Boxing Federation, Dauda Fuseni, speaking to Citi Sports. Well, let's take you to the English Premier League, and Danny Welbeck grabbed his 10th Premier League goal of the season as Brighton beats Forest 2-1 to claim a back-to-back wins for the first time since November. While at the Craven Cottage, it was relegation threatening Tottenham's miserable 2026 continued as their winless run extended to 10 league games, with Fulham gaining a deserved 2-1 victory to boost their hopes of qualifying for European football. Tottenham actually last won a league game back in December 28, 2025. We hear from interim boss Igor Tudor.
I'm happy with the performance. I think Fulham was better. Second half, we start to push. In the end, there was desire to win, but not enough.
All the plans when we concede off so early makes it difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes more difficult. Incredible mistake from the referee, but this is how is it here in England. It's always, we can discuss all the time about this, but you need to understand is that if someone push you even one easy and he take advantage, then after is a goal, so it's a foul.
All right, so that's Spurs interim boss Igor Tudor speaking there. Well, taking you to Old Trafford, and Manchester United fought back to beat 10-man Crystal Palace and go third in the Premier League amid penalty controversy and a contentious red card decision. The result extends Michael Carrick's record in charge to 6 wins and a draw from 7 games and takes the side above Aston Villa into third on goal difference. It's also the first time United have been as high as third since Erik ten Hag's first season in charge in 2023. We hear from United's keeper Bruno Fernandes.
That must feel like a really big win, does it?
No, it feels like a big result, obviously. We were behind, we had to show some character. Then I think in the second half we were a little bit more brave with the ball and also with the pressing. In the first half we couldn't find many spaces. They were defending very well, even in the wide areas, because we didn't have many runs in behind, so they could manage very well that, and we're a little bit slow with the ball. But obviously it's a very important win, another 3 points, and that's the aim.
All right, so that United skipper Bruno Fernandes speaking there. At the Emirates, Arsenal scored from 2 trademark corners to beat 10-man Chelsea and regain their 5 points lead at the top of the Premier League table. The win puts Arsenal on 64 points, 5 clear of Manchester City, having played a game more than their rivals. Some Arsenal fans share their thoughts after the game.
I know Arsenal will lead them. They'll lead the league. They'll take the Premier League this year.
You're confident?
Yes.
Was you a bit nervous today, though?
Yes. Arsenal will win the league. Anybody, I hope.
All right, you sounded very confident. How was you? Because, it was very tense in there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. But what we got to remember as Arsenal fans is that, look at City. When City won their first title, it came down to goal difference on the last day. Liverpool, when they won their first title, it came down to 1 point. No one goes decades without winning a league, and they just walked the league. This was never going to be easy. We have an opportunity. We got to take it. We can win this league. Just believe. We have 9 more games. City are not the City of the old. We can win this league. It's there for us. We have the quality. We have the depth. We have the manager. We can win this league.
All right, so that's some Arsenal fans sharing their thoughts after beating Chelsea at the Emirates yesterday in the English Premier League. On Saturday, Antoine Semenyo scored just before halftime as title chasing Manchester City escaped Elland Road with victory over energetic Leeds United. Semenyo has now scored 14 goals this season, 10 for Bournemouth and 4 for Manchester City in the Premier League. Here's the Ghanaian speaking after the game.
Well, it starts every day in training. The boys just make it so easy for me to adapt. They're trying to play to my strengths. Same with the coach. He's trying to help me just be confident, be calm in some moments, and then pop up and obviously score some goals. So yeah, I'm all adapting, and I'm enjoying the process. And playing around world-class players. So it's just making me better and keeps me on my toes.
All right, Ghana's Antoine Semenyo speaking there. Well, some more results. Liverpool beat West Ham United by 5-2 at Anfield. Everton were 3-2 winners over Newcastle United. And then in Spain, Lamine Yamal scored a landmark first half hat-trick of his career as Barcelona beat Villarreal 4-1 to ensure they will stay top of La Liga. Madrid take on Getafe later tonight at 8 p.m. Now, before I leave, Mexico's Emmanuel Navarrete stopped compatriot Eduard Nunes in a dominant display to unify the IBF and WBO super featherweight titles. After outclassing Nunes for much of the contest, Navarrete added the IBF title to his WBO crown when a ringside doctor stopped the action before the 11th round. The victory at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale, Arizona, was the 40th of Navarrete's 43-fight career, while Nunes' 19-bout win streak came to an end. That's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GHA. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Politan Ghana, Shell V Power, and Let's Share Her, Let's Improve Life. I'm Gabi Ofer. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself, and bye-bye.
From now to the end of Ghana month, Polytank is celebrating with you. We are giving you over 1,000 Ghana cedis for free on our premium Sumo Super range of water tanks in celebration of Ghana. Sumo Super is designed to last, giving you peace of mind for your home, project, or business. Don't miss this limited time offer. Visit any Polytank outlet today. Ask for Sumo Super and save over 1,000 Ghana cedis. Polytank, the original, always the best. Panono Ankasa. Beware, Polytank does not request for Momo online.
Okay.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. Let's be honest, money stress is real. It doesn't always show on your face, but you feel it. You're smiling outside, but inside, you're doing calculations. Rent, school fees, fuel, groceries, and everything else. And when your finances are not clear, sleep doesn't come easily. Sometimes what you need is not more money. It's a plan. When you know what is coming in, what's going out, and what you're building towards, the pressure reduces. At Petra, we help you structure your finances so you can breathe again. A financial advisor is ready to talk with you. Dial *447 *70#. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey, my me say enra my boyfriend akwesi obo *959# when the phone so. Na we win.
Anita, I don't doggy parko.
Oh, one so. Akwesi asanso aba number 1. Yeah, ma adwen na ho. And then there was so ye me show papa bi. Na me de tossa me short sexy dress no. Na me say samiti. Na me ye me nails no so come on.
Oh, no.
Me fa uba. Make I do some small 1-2 rounds be answer me doing ho. Na we tria. Hey, Nana so he for order. So Chinese any wine papa bi. And they mean this check no.
Hey, Anita.
Na sa ni mia when you TV bi no. I also say sound. No top prepaid. Na me chilly AC mu. I no go fit sweat like that. See fine girl.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
Baby I want to know jina wa. Mr. Remember dial *959#. Our iPhone app akotoma on. Na wan ga senya usika so ate.
Sister, next time Kati call no what? Dial *959# and I call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Ed down some.
I'm telling you, my brother has scored more goals than Asamoah Gyan.
What? This is impossible.
Check the stats.
What stats? We can't start. I have seen everything from 1986.
funny thing about us Ghanaians, we'll argue for 3 days straight, but numbers always settle the matter. So, instead of just telling you about better fuels, let's do the math. The new Shell Fuel Save lasts up to 15 kilometers longer per tank. The new Shell V-Power cleans 100% of your engine's critical parts. Now that's better by far. The next time you think of filling up, choose new and improved Shell Fuels.
Growth isn't just about getting bigger, it's about getting better. At First Atlantic Bank, integrity leads, customers come first, and excellence guides all we do. Today, that commitment takes a bold new step. First Atlantic Bank is now a PLC listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Stronger accountability, greater credibility, better service for families and businesses. Leading with I Care. First Atlantic Bank PLC, refreshingly different.
Looking for engineering excellence you can trust?
Welcome to Left Signature Limited, driving progress through technology and engineering excellence.
From expert electrical engineering, design, installation, power systems, renewable energy, automation and control,
to reliable data center and money services, power infrastructure, network connectivity, server virtualization, cloud integration and data security,
and cutting-edge software development, custom business applications, web and mobile apps, cloud and DevOps solutions.
Integrity, safety, accountability, teamwork. That's the Left Signature promise.
Ready to power your success?
Choose Left Signature Limited. Visit www.leftsignature.com.
Call +233 256 111 743.
Left Signature Limited. Engineering excellence for a connected future.
Whether you're buying watcher from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
This is the City Breakfast Show.
Dead Joe. City 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. conversation. The City Breakfast Show. City
7:37 on the City Breakfast Show. Welcome one more time to March. Happy birthday to the children's Alola, aka Frank Benin. We keep proving that growing in the Lord means growing younger each day. Thanks for being an excellent father, constantly sacrificing and praying for us. God bless you, Dad, from your wife and children, Jesse, Sheba, and Eric, to Frank Benin. Can you wish me and my husband a blessed 24th marriage anniversary by grace all these years? And I pray the blessings of God will never cease in our union, and ask for more of God's blessings. 6th March 2026 is also my birthday. I'll be 54 years old. 18th March is my husband's birthday. This is coming in from Mr. and Mrs. Sam Iroko.
Yeah, they are great patrons of the Agri Fair and most of our programs. So happy birthday and blessed anniversary to them as well.
All our birthday requests are proudly sponsored by MasterCard. If you are tired of the Accra hustle and traffic, take a quick escape to the cool, peaceful mountains of Ebri Biposu Wellness Resort. A weekend break, business or pure relaxation welcomes you. Calm, comfort, and fresh mountain air. Only 30 minutes drive from Accra. Call us on 0200 557 699 or visit biposuresort.com to book today. Biposu Wellness Resort, peace lives here. Open a Zenith SME account today and unlock powerful solutions designed to fuel business growth. Oh my God. Also enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card designed to help you manage business, spend, and make secure payments for goods and services. With the Zenith SME business card, you enjoy free customized digital SME trainings, free marketing toolkit, access to Visa practical business skills training, and 24/7 funding. Give your business the boost it deserves. Open a Zenith SME business account today and sign up for a Zenith SME business card. Visit zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. Jonathan Syme is a living proof that insurance can actually reward you. He's the first raffle winner for the Insurnaturally Motor Insurance promotion from Enterprise Insurance. Jonathan simply insured his car and now he's packing his bags for an ultimate football experience abroad, live at the stadium. Just buy or renew your motor insurance with Enterprise and stand a chance to win big. A sponsored ultimate football experience, fuel coupons, airtime, a branded souvenir, and more. This promo is now on from now till May 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage. And we all know that life doesn't wait for payday. Whether it's school fees, a business emergency, or finally starting that project, you need a partner who says yes. That partner is Blue Financial Services. Listen, with the Blue iFinance app, you can get a loan disbursed in as little as 4 hours. No long queues, no endless paperwork. And if you're looking to grow your money, Blue investment rates are among the most competitive in the world. In the country, I should say. So download the iFinance app on Blue, on the Play Store or the App Store. Call 0303 968 196 or call Blue Financial directly on 0501 609 958. They're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Blue FSGH.
So, if you're fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, SIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. So, get ready to boost your career with SIMA. You will earn while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. Flexible, self-paced online learning is what you get. So, visit AICPA-SIMA.com or call 026-301-1992. SIMA qualification, countless career opportunities. Now, for years you've worked hard, saved carefully, and prayed quietly, paying rent every single year, wondering when it will finally be your turn, dreaming of a place you could truly call your own, but owning a home still feels out of reach. As Locust Estates, we understand and know how it feels to work so hard and still feel unsure about tomorrow. We have beautifully designed 3-bedroom townhouses in safe, secure, community-focused estates with a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24-hour security. No stress, no guesswork, no fear, just smart design in prime locations, built for real families and real futures. So call 0200 55 7704 or visit locusestate.com. Locust Estate, modern living made possible. Your car takes care of you every day. Now it's time to do same. Protect your car with a comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana Sound Drive and get free fuel coupons as reward. You can also get exciting branded souvenirs when you buy or renew your third-party policy or our new Smart Drive policy, a third-party policy with an extra layer of protection and benefits. Promo lasts from now till the end of this month. So let's help you take care of your car so that every drive feels more secure. Call this number 0302-214-314. SG Ghana branch. Visit any of our branches. Buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. We are underwritten by Sanlam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe General Ghana. The future is you. So people are winning big on the 590 mobile. Here's how you can also do that. Dial star 959 hash and you can be lucky. NLA has increased the playing time of your favorite 590 mobile from Monday to Saturday. Noon rush starts from 8:30 p.m. and closes at 1:25 p.m. the next day, while the evening draw starts at 1:30 p.m. and closes at exactly 7:55 p.m. More time to stake more and more time to win more. Note, Sunday Aseda remains the same with no change. Catch all the 590 mobile evening live draws from Monday special to Sunday Aseda on GTV broadcast from 8 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. sharp. Always remember to stake responsibly. Contact 0308 249 477 590 mobile at Avonsem.
Heritage Caravan set off in earnest yesterday. Citi News' Umaru Sanda Amadu put out a quick report, or put together a report that I'm going to air before I speak to him this morning on where they are. Here is his wrap of day one.
It's going brilliantly. I tell you something about it. The fact that we've come together, we are having fun. Are you feeling the vibe?
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. You have a long journey tomorrow, but I don't mind.
Absolutely.
After an exciting and refreshing tour of Safari Valley Eco Resort, patrons ended day one in style.
I'm just so impressed from the morning till now. And the reception, from everything, breakfast, you see you people have planned it and well organized, and in fact I'm so impressed.
The caravan then moved to Royal Senchi Hotel, where guests enjoyed a delicious dinner and a comfortable night's rest. The setting was peaceful and beautifully lit. The highlight of the evening was the performance by Chin Chin Band. Their music was calm yet lively, creating the perfect mood to relax and celebrate. Patrons enjoyed a mix of local and continental dishes. Some also shared their excitement with Citi News.
You're enjoying the night? Yes, of course. This is your first day on Caravan? Yes, first night. And you're loving it so far? So far, I love it.
On day two, the caravan heads to Dambai in the Oti region. Patrons will have the opportunity to ride the ferry, an unforgettable experience many are eagerly looking forward to.
The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 Television and Citi FM and proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, Didishito, Goyle, Minimi Achomo, and add me groundnut paste and support it by Nana's Rice.
And Umaru Sandamadu is joining us this morning with more. Well, good morning, Sanda, and thanks for joining us. Hello, Umaru, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, Bernard. No, good morning, Bernard. How is Accra? I've left Accra for you.
No, we are, Charlie, the place is empty. The place looks very, very empty without you guys. So, just.
I know you know I know you are very familiar with the Eastern Corridor. This is where your mother comes from.
Uh-huh.
So we are in a town called Sovie. Do you have an idea where Sovie is?
Yes, so Sovie is near Have. You are basically passed through. You are on the Kwando Road, I guess.
Bernard, you know your Eastern Corridor so well. You should be. If not because you have grown bigger than Oti Regional Minister, I would have said you should become Oti Regional Minister.
So let me get it straight. You have left Senchi, you went through Asikuma, you passed my maternal hometown Peki, and now you are on your way through Kwando. Is that the route you are using to Oti today?
That's the route we are on. So at Timpoku is where in Royal Senchi, we crossed the Adomi Bridge at Timpoku. We went straight to Juapong, continued to Asikuma Junction, turned left. Went to Peki, we went through Tudome, Palimo, we went through Have not long ago. Now we are in Sobi, we are on the Nkwanta, Kwando Road, headed to Dambai. So we'll go through Uraura and then Dambai, then we'll take the ferry, we cross, and then we land in the other side and continue to Bimbila, where we will have lunch. But the ultimate destination tonight is Bolgatanga, the Upper East Regional Capital. And if you're looking at the map of Ghana, we are on the eastern side, so between almost near Togo. That's the route we are using from south to north, from the extreme south to the extreme north. That's what we are doing this morning.
It's 7:49 and you're already in Sovie. It means you left pretty early. When did you leave and when do you expect to get to Bolga today?
So we left at around 5 a.m. this morning, Royal Senchi Hotel. We are estimating to get to the ferry. Everything has been planned, so the ferry shouldn't be a big problem. Don't forget that the ferry trip is not that long. It's just 15 minutes to 20 minutes. But we still have some 2 hours of road to cover before we get to the ferry site at Dambai, before eventually crossing over to have some delicious Angomu rice to be prepared by Nana Rice for us in Bimbila.
I know you've used that corridor yourself many years ago. You are familiar with the place. What are some of the towns you are looking forward to seeing, particularly for those who have not used the Eastern Corridor route to get to the north? Can you mention some of the key places you'll be expecting to pass today?
Okay. So typically there are different routes on the Eastern Corridor. If you're headed towards Jasikan, some people will do Bolokwati and go through Jasikan. There are even people who go all the way to Likemati on the extreme eastern side, of the road. If you're coming from home, then some will continue through Kajebi, go to the Papase, continue on that road all the way to Nkwanta. Then you go through Pasa, Otida Manko, you cross the river, and then you go to the northern region. But we are not using that road because we intend to cross by ferry. So some of the roads we are looking forward to meeting this morning on our way. We'll go through the Nkonya areas, then we'll cross through the Uraura, then we enter the Dambai community itself. There's an area called Tokurano. Now, when we cross Bimbila, it will be an easy route. We may go through Sandai, we may go through Wulensi, and then we land. We go through Sandai, go through Wulensi, then land in Dambai, Bimbila. But what I've noticed so far is that this Eastern Corridor road, often when we mention it, we say that it is in a very bad shape. So far, since we left Asikuma Junction this morning, I would say to you that it's been a very smooth and beautiful ride. A few potholes here and there, but generally, I would give it the quality maybe over 90% so far what we have covered, at least up to this stage. I remember President Mahama last week when he spoke and delivered the State of the Nation address, he said that what is left of the Eastern Corridor that is unfinished, he would finish. I'm not sure whether it will be on this stretch or the main Nkwanta stretch. But suffice it to say that the road looks good on this side. I don't know what we should expect ahead, but you are seeing a beautiful road ahead of us. Now, let me also say that because this is a forest area, we are expecting some rains. Our advanced team, led by Omani Mensah, head of business development, is warning that there's rain ahead. He talks about areas like Asukoko, Pai Katanga, and to Adunkwanta. He says that there is raining over there. We are yet to get there, though, but that's the information he's giving us ahead. So right now, we are in Kwame Krum. That's where we have gotten to Bernard, and we are on this journey. But in the background, you can hear a lot of music and dancing. You would think it's in church, but what happens is that this is bus 4 that I'm on, co-captain with Nana Pokuase. Every morning, before, so yesterday when you introduced us, you said that Nana Pokuase was the SU president and I was the GINSA president. So this morning, he's leading his team to do a praise and worship session with Helen Grace and Rudolph, who is with our new media team, all of them leading with this. And you should see everybody, and I'm sure we'll be videoing this and be sharing it on our social media post. People are, in fact, I just need an offer-free box and then this will be a complete set, Bernard. But after that, during the maybe branch towards midday, that's when things will change into another kind of music and jama. But it's going to be fun also. At least just one of 4 buses. Bus 4 has now bus 3 has now become bus 4. And so a lot of the younger people, more active people are on this bus.
So they are seeing Jama. All right, now Sandra, before we continue, give us a quick overview of yesterday. So you left around 8:50. Where did you go and what were the main highlights of day 1 of the caravan?
Man, I always love greenery. I always love nature. I have heard that we had some not far from Accra. I didn't know it was this beautiful. When we left the Channel 1 TV studios or gardens yesterday, we went through the regular N1 road, took the turn at Pokuase, took the Medina Delta road, then we went through Ibri and climbed the mountain. We were headed for a Dukrom and went to the Safari Valley Eco Park. Bernard, I have seen animals I have never seen before in my life. I saw weird looking animals that I thought I was only seeing in National Geography. I saw them live and colored, and they were in their natural environment. I can't even mention some of their names because they have these very interesting names. I saw birds that look like ducks, but they're not ducks. They're swans, but they're not swans. I saw some very small, there's something called miniature horse. But it was such a beautiful animal to see at the Safari Valley Eco Park. I wanted to mount it, but my legs are longer. And so it was a beautiful day. Now, the Eco Park has water activities if you want. There's a canopy walk if you wanted to do that. There is an aviary, Bernard, that we went to yesterday, where there were different colors and sizes of birds. They were so beautiful like flowers. And all you need to do is stretch a hand, and these birds will fly right into your palm. And if you have food in your palm, they'll just peck at it, eat, and then they fly back. They land on people's heads, on people's hearts, people's arms and shoulders. Now, that was for me the highlight of yesterday. And then the lunch. Oh my God. There are restaurants which is named after the Saber tree, which is what they call in Ever a Huti. I'm sure you know Huti. And then they have different names for it in Alabama. But it's one of the biggest trees we have on the continent. As big as a baobab tree. And so they have a baobab, that Saber tree there, and they named their restaurant after the Saber tree. And we had lunch there, and it was great lunch. From there, we descended the mountains and landed, went through the Somanya. So went through Somanya, turned at Akuse Junction, took the Farm Road, and we got into New Akade, and then we're already in Royal Sanctuary where we spent the night. And in Chinchin Band last night will not let us sleep. We were supposed to have dinner with Chinchin Band. It ended up becoming a night with Chinchin Band, dancing, singing. These people were supposed to leave the hotel at 5 a.m., but they didn't care. They spent the whole night dancing. And you can hear they are continuing with it here on the bus, Bernard.
Thank you very much, Umaru Sanda. We are looking forward to this journey with you throughout the week. Umaru Sanda on bus 4. He's the co-bus captain with Anatu 4 Boating, making their way through the Eastern Corridor Road. And Caleb, you are familiar with some of these places. Man. So he mentions the Beve to Ave Road. Yes. He's mentioning places like Bando, Inkunya, and then of course Raura, Apesukubi, Pai Katanga, Esukoko,
thank you,
Adunkwanta, Tokrano, Domabe, and eventually Dambai. You grew up in one of those places.
Tokrano is my dad's first station, so
that's
where
I
spent too young to remember anything.
Yeah.
So it would have been good to experience that. I love this particular caravan for one reason. I think the route is great. I really love the Dukron part they went to. The Safari Valley there is fun place that's been on my bucket list. It talks about the wildlife there. The hospitality there is actually very exceptional. And yesterday, right from the takeoff at Channel 1 Gardens, you could tell that they were going to have a lot of fun because the vibe was very different. People were very expectant. And people have really made time off, to go enjoy themselves while learning. Yesterday you said that we're trying to educate and enlighten while educating, and I particularly while entertaining, and I particularly like that. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And some of the patrons said this is their 5th time. Others said it's their 4th, it's their 3rd. Some say they are doing a 4-year degree. They are hoping to retire next year, but you certainly see them after next year once again, because the fun really, they tell you, is on the bus.
And these are
where
we have 4 buses for the first time since 2020.
Wow.
So Heritage Caravan has really taken off. And Sky, Charlie,
it's
we thought
amazing.
we could join, but
it's amazing.
Some of us, our personal circumstances doesn't allow us. I really wanted to be on the Eastern Corridor.
Somehow, we
couldn't make it.
Yeah, because duty calls, isn't it? But we'll be following, watching the videos, following the excitement, and they will come back and be telling us about what they've seen across the country.
Yeah.
We would have loved to be there.
Have you done the Eastern Corridor before?
Yes, I once did it to what do you call it, the Bimbila area.
Okay, so you've done Bimbila.
Yeah, but the road it was a long time ago. I mean, very terrible road.
Sandra says the Eastern Corridor is not that bad. I've been to Pando a few times in the past year or two. It's pretty okay, and he says for so far they are okay, but there are parts that need to be done. I'm sure the Sancto Kofi, the what's the name of this place? Nkonya areas may need some work.
There's no doubt that if we really want to open the south to the north the way we should, in order to receive a lot more, food from the farm gate, I think we need to actually complete work on the Eastern Corridor. There's no to
the government launched work on the Western Corridor as well, which is going to take it from Winti all the way through to Wa. The Fufu Solar really needs to be redone.
Yeah.
And one of the things the Heritage Caravan helps us to do is to also assess the quality of roads in the country. And it says so far so good. So I wish I would be there. Maybe next year.
They're going to be on the ferry too. That's a part that I've been thinking about.
They had 4 big buses and about 10 vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm told the ferry can carry a lot of vehicles.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, this is serious.
No, it's
a
quite
serious
an
matter.
experience.
But it's just a 15-minute.
Yeah, across the Volta Lake.
Right.
But how didn't we just build a bridge?
Well, it takes money to do that. It takes money. I think the level of investment you need to do that, it's huge, and I don't know if we have the fiscal space.
Oh, they should do it
for that.
Because as you were saying, if you want to really open up the area for business, I do understand water transport is important.
Yeah.
So there's a place for that, but I feel like you need to have an alternative as well. So if you can do a bridge over there, of course, there's a way to get through Bimbala without using the
ferry.
The ferry, but it's much longer. So last year they used that route, but this year they want to use the ferry. And to hit Bolga before it's dark. Looking at the progress they've made, I think they will make it, because if you are 8 o'clock and you are close to Pando, which means that you get to Rarura by 10, maybe by 9.
Depending on conditions.
And then if they get to Dambai by 11:30, 12, they will probably cross and get to the what do you call it, the northern region before it's like 2 p.m.
But I like the quality of the buses,
Oh my goodness. Special shouts to Adakabre from Poman. So yesterday he was here and was giving us an overview of the buses. They are modern. It's a bit. I don't want to compare, but our state transport company is struggling to get buses. Our
post-COVID,
yes, and our other state-owned institutions like what's the name of this? The orange guys,
the
Metro Mass.
MMT.
But VIP have some really nice buses. And Sky fully air conditioned, 2 and 1, so there's a lot of space. I mean, world class.
So 2 seats on one side and one on the other. Wow.
I mean, the buses are really, really good. I really hope that our state agents are also able to get those quality of buses to augment their fleet. But it's been a good takeoff so far. We're wishing the team well. 2 minutes past 8, tech and social media trends next. And Caleb, who's here?
Telecel is our sponsor for tech and social media trends, and Edwin Kwakofi is here in a very beautiful double-breasted suit, man. Charlie.
Hello, good morning.
It's very, very unusual. What's going on? Is everything all right?
Oh, everything is.
He's working in a room which is a cold room.
Exactly.
So he needs to be warm.
Okay.
It has to remain very, very cold.
What is trending today?
Okay, so we start off with an issue that has been trending worldwide over the weekend. Israel and US's joint attack on Iran, which resulted in the death of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So that has sparked a lot of talk around the world, and also sparked some retaliation from Iran, who've attacked countries in the Middle East that have US bases or have ties to the US, including Dubai. And that has affected us here because our Black Queens were in Dubai, scheduled to play in the Pink Ladies Pink Cup, and obviously they've been stranded there because of the attacks on Dubai. And it's also sparked talks of World War III. People are criticizing Donald Trump because he said that he didn't want the US to engage in any more senseless wars when he took over. But people are coming out with data that he's attacked about, I think it was 11 countries since he took over as US president again for his second term. So that has been the major issue around the world, and whether the US or Israel had any right to attack a sovereign nation as Iran. Trump says that he cannot allow Iran to have nuclear weapons, which was one of the reasons why he made that decision to attack Iran. So that's it's a major issue around the world. It's the biggest trend around the world currently. Also trending from last night, we got news from the Foreign Affairs Ministry that Baba Sadiq had been appointed as the High Commissioner designate to Nigeria.
Beautiful. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
It's a really, really big appointment. Congratulations to him. Yes. Congratulations to him.
So Baba Sadiq, for people who may not know, was the NDC's parliamentary candidate for the Kaikwe Central constituency in the 2024 elections. He did not win that election, but now he's been given this high post. He replaces Baba Jamal, who was recalled last month after the Ayawaso East NDC primaries, where we saw a number of incidents of votes buying. He was recalled by the presidency due to his involvement or alleged involvement in that as well. So congratulations to Baba Sadiq. And also President Mohammed's State of the Nation address, it happened on Friday, but the things he said have been trending since. His comments to the cocoa farmers, especially, saying that he knows that the reduction in the producer price was painful, but it was very necessary to prevent the country from returning to the economic state that it was in when the NDC took over. He also says that Ghana is back for business, and basically the country is on a runway ready for takeoff, and everyone should fasten their seat belt. So he also mentioned for those in the creative arts sector that a new event center is set to begin construction this year, and there are plans to renovate the AICC to ensure that Ghana becomes the hub for these events in the sub-region. So big news from the President's State of the Nation's address. Also on the side, he wore fugu, and people were doing comparisons from the last State of the Nation address. It looked like the same fugu that he wore, only topped off with the little cap on his head. So very big ambassador for Fugu. President Mahama is now the Heritage Caravan.
It's good, even if he's wearing the same thing. I heard people writing all kinds of very.
But why?
Silly things online. Frugality is important. I mean,
and the symbolism of same.
Like people have filled their rooms with a million things, and they are not even using.
They can't close their wardrobe.
This is my Fugu. I wear it, please. So, Mr. President, please.
Yeah. So the Heritage Caravan, you've been talking about it. You spoke to Sanda just now, but the departure day one was a huge thing. It was trending all over social media. The pictures and videos from the event, how it was going to be structured, the VIP buses that they are traveling on were amazing. They looked amazing, and everyone was talking about how beautiful they looked. You know how you are jealous of something, but you can't really talk about it. So I'm glad they are there.
I think we should we should do an internal raffle for who gets to.
Yes,
it
should be
it's to die for, man.
We should do an internal raffle.
I can join them, right? I lost today. I can join.
No, you can't. You may join probably in the middle or something.
Oh, so I can join. Okay,
I am happy for you.
Then yes, I will come for your car.
Okay, to a very troubling issue. There were videos over the weekend circulating of some women apparently using plastic to fry plantain chips.
Huh?
Yes, using plastic to fry plantain chips in order to get the crispy nature.
How do you use plastic to fry it?
No, it's going to melt in the hot oil. Okay, and when you put the plantain in there, the plantain they it's sort of grated, so it's thin, and it's supposed to keep the shelf life. Essentially, these are some of the weird things.
You cut the plastic and put it inside it.
Yes, you melt it in the hot oil, and then you fry the plantain in it.
So it means you are eating plantain with oil.
Yes,
with
plastic.
But that's not good.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's horrible, and obviously people have been drawing the attention of the authorities to it. I have not seen a statement. Maybe one has been released since, but I haven't seen a statement from the FDA.
It's very worrying, and it appears there's silence on the part of local authorities.
So that's some horrible news. To tech news and our ongoing battle with underage use of social media, and we are back with Britain, who obviously are considering the ban, but the Prime Minister has said that they are now on the stage of consultation with parents. So they are going to have a 3-month consultation with parents to decide what form a ban or restriction should take, whether it should be a full ban for everyone else, whether it should be restricted to certain ages, or whether it should be restricted to people in school. However the ban should take.
How should it be
yes, they are going to consult with parents, and it's going to be 3 months, and after the 3 months they are going to put in steps to operationalize it. So it's progressing there.
All right, thank you. That was Edwin Kwakofi.
You know how much moms always say too much of everything is bad? But there's one too much mom actually approves of. Telecel's Too Much Broadband Bundle. This season, all you have to do is buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Too Much Broadband Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and get 150% bonus data. That's right.
Simply buy the 150 Ghana Cedis Telecel Too Much Bundle in addition to your main broadband plan and receive 150% bonus data. Dial *900#, use the Telecel Play app, or visit the Telecel website to buy now.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Welcome to your financial tips with Solace Finance. It's easy to assume that setting aside 5, 10, 20 or even 30 cedis daily is an insignificant amount, but consistency is the real key to financial growth. By depositing any of these amounts into a Solace Target Savings account, your money grows through monthly compounding interest, quietly multiplying over time. Whether you're saving for school fees, textbooks, personal projects, or business capital, Solace Finance helps you build the habit of saving. Track your progress and earn interest, turning small daily contributions into meaningful financial results. Start small, save consistently, and watch your goals become reality with Solace Finance. Download the Solace Finance app today. For more information, call or WhatsApp us on 059-957-7963. Solace Finance. Your money, your power.
Are you ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture? The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, in partnership with the Ghana Exim Bank, proudly presents the Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026. The fair will feature exhibitions, market linkages, masterclasses, and workshops on climate-smart farming, digital tools, and export development. Join us at the Black Star Square from March 17 to March 19 at 9 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be assisted by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofusue-Jari, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, to open the fair. Government agencies, agrotech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242 585419. Media partners: Daily Graphic, Media General, Radio Gold, Citi FM, and Channel 1 TV. Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Yeah, Alton. You ready to party?
Yeah!
You ready to party? Yeah! It's summer time. Yeah! Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4.
8:15, City Breakfast Show. In today's connected world, technology is not a convenience, it's critical. Don't get caught in a bind when your smart devices fail. Tech Therapy Limited is your one-stop solution for smart device repair. Visit us for solutions you can trust. No guesswork, no unnecessary delays. Call Tech Therapy on 050-5789-096 or 025-611-1790. We're also on social media at Tech Therapy GH. Our office at East Legon 24 Garden Road near the ANC Mall. Tech Therapy, your digital wellness partner. Growth is not just about becoming bigger, it's about becoming better. At First Atlantic Bank, integrity has always guided us and our customers always come first. We stay agile in a changing world, resilient in every challenge, and committed to excellence in everything we do. Today, that commitment takes a bold new form. First Atlantic Bank is now a PLC listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Becoming a PLC strengthens our accountability, deepens our credibility, and positions us to serve families, businesses, and communities even better. First Atlantic Bank, now a First Atlantic Bank PLC, is more than a new status. It's a promise to lead with eye care, integrity, customer centricity, agility, resilience, and excellence. First Atlantic Bank PLC, refreshingly different.
All right, at Life Source International School, we don't just teach girls, we raise leaders. Life Source International School is a unique all-girls international school focused on STEM and entrepreneurship education. Our teachers are highly trained to meet the needs of all students. Cambridge checkpoint JSS 1 through A levels are encouraged to apply for this one-of-a-kind opportunity in Ghana through hands-on STEM learning, entrepreneurial career path, and the 7 habits of a leader. Girls develop confidence, discipline, and critical thinking skills, preparing them for life, not just exams. We are at Palm Junction, Life Source International School. We offer a safe learning environment, affordable tuition, and scholarship opportunities for 2025 and 2026. Call us 055 955 2263 or 0537 366 374. Visit our website lifesourceghana.org. Give your daughter an education that builds leaders. Enroll today. Life Source International School. And the Ghana Exim Bank is 10 years old. Hooray! The bank is hosting an international conference on the theme A Decade of Enabling Export Trade and Industrial Transformation, Resetting Exim for the Next Frontier. This is happening from the 25th to the 26th of this month at the Kempinski Gold Coast City Hotel Accra at 8 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be performing the official opening of the conference. It will bring together captains of industry, thought leaders, and decision makers in the global development finance ecosystem to deliberate on emerging issues in the development finance space. Call 020-854-1480 for enquiries. eximbankghana.com/conference is how to register. The conference host is Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, Chief Executive of Ghana Exim Bank. Our media partners: Daily Graphic, Media General, Citi FM, Radio Gold, Channel 1 TV, and Multimedia Group. Knowledge partners: IFC and SME Finance Forum. So what if your bank helped you big up? Welcome to the Republic Verse, where your money, your business, and your dreams level up. Own your dream home with Republic Bank Mortgages. Grow faster with SME and corporate banking solutions. Run your daily finances smoothly with retail and commercial banking products. Build wealth with investment and trust management, and pay anywhere, anytime with Republic Verse, Republic Visa credit or debit cards. Whether you're starting out, scaling up, or stepping into what's new, Republic Verse gives you the power to do more and shine brighter. So call us on 0800 414 414. It's a toll-free number. Or WhatsApp us on 0546 414 414. This is the Republic Verse. Do more, shine more, big up. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
All right, so we'll be looking at the situation in the Middle East to give you some details of what we know so far and how this has disrupted air traffic in the world's busiest airport and one of the world's busiest regional hubs. But here's good news if you're a shareholder of Societe Generale. Your dividends are now being paid directly to your bank's account or mobile money. Dividend payments are no longer being made using dividend warrants. All shareholders are therefore respectfully required to update their records with the registrar, NTAC Limited, with the following information: bank details, email addresses, and mobile phone numbers, including mobile money or in phone numbers raised with mobile money. For Societe Generale account shareholders with a securities depository account, contact your stockbroker and update your records with bank details, email address, and the rest. Societe Generale, the future is you. And if you're an agro-processing equipment manufacturer or a manufacturer of any agric machinery, be at the Ghana Agrotech 2026 on the 17th and 18th of this month, Independence Square, 9 a.m. each day. Call 0242585419 or 055-9679-326 to register. Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology. All right, now before I talk quickly about the Middle East, we have our own East issues. So, Godfrey, you said that people in East Legon had reached out to you.
Yes.
I just wanted to reiterate that in a minute or half quickly. What's the situation with the East Legon again?
So, they are very worried about reckless driving in the area. So, the petition that they wrote is addressed to the Inspector General of Police. I'll just read highlights of you.
Okay.
Yes, and then they have copied the Motor Traffic and Transport Department. They've copied the National Road Safety Authority and the DVLA. And it's titled Urgent Petition for Immediate Action Against Reckless Driving and Overspeeding, Endangering Public Safety in East Legon, Jungle Avenue and other highways. And highlights, basically says, I write as a deeply concerned resident and citizen to formally petition the said authorities regarding the disturbing escalation of reckless driving and overspeeding on public roads in Accra and surrounding regions, particularly in East Legon. That's the Jungle Avenue, AC Mall, that's AC Mall. ANC Mall Road, and on major highways such as the Ebri Ayimensa Road. Then goes on to talk about the background, the fatal East Legon accident, then talks about publicly shared videos showing reckless driving. In addition to the fatal crash, there's a pattern of behavior visible in multiple videos circulating on widely accessible social media platforms that show performance and modified vehicles being driven at excessive speeds and in a risky manner on public roads. These videos have been shared and reshared across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram and demonstrate dangerous driving behavior. In the following instances, they then go to provide evidence of this. They call on the need for coordinated action from the Ghana Police and MTTD. Talk about deploy, increase and sustain traffic enforcement teams, mobile checkpoints, and speed detection units on some of these roads. They talk about the National Road Safety Authority and, of course, public safety. So
I want you to add the phenomenon of very bright lights that people install on their vehicles for whatever reason. That just blind other people in the night.
Yes, that's also happening. But my concern with the reckless driving bit and the reason why we've not seen any movement from the relevant authorities, National Road Safety Authority or the MTTD for that matter. Maybe they are monitoring those, but the thing is, several complaints have been filed, and we've seen the police respond pretty quickly to other instances where complaints have been filed differently, whether they are tagged on social media. Maybe there are legal hurdles to overcome where the person might tell you, well, it's my car, but I wasn't the one driving it, or some sort. But what is pretty clear is two things, Bernard. There's a culture that has developed in Ghana where people just show off the power of their cars and their engines on public roads and endanger others. There is somebody can say that if you want to do that
with impunity,
you could go perhaps book a road somewhere and where there are no people and just do your thing. But on a busy road, I am minding my business, I'm going to a brie, I'm going somewhere. Then somebody is racing on the road, and these are roads that have a lot of stops. My call this morning, and I made this call last week, I'm repeating it. We need the police to start dealing with these high, expensive, high-powered cars, obviously owned by affluent people, people perhaps of influence, and their children. We don't need somebody to die first before they suddenly start issuing statements and come and tell us, deal with the matter now. You have seen the cars, you have seen the number plates, and Accra is that kind of place, Bernard. We know everybody. We know who owns those cars. Find that person and ask him a couple of questions. If there's a legal hurdle, at least still call that person and ask him, we have seen you doing this. Is it you? If it's you and there's a legal hurdle, okay, can you stop doing these things? But there should be rules around this, and we shouldn't allow it. The second one, motorbikes. The same culture of, joyriding with cars is with the motorbikes, particularly on Sundays.
These are heavy, powerful motorbikes, make a lot of noise.
And not just even that, even the regular Royal
motorbikes,
Okada motorbikes.
You
see them, you see them in groups of 30, 40.
Going where?
They are just riding recklessly through town. They do the back lefts with the tires, with some of them with their girlfriends on the motorbikes, some of them with their boyfriends on the motorbikes, without helmets. They are just doing their thing, particularly if you know Palladium area very well. Very, very popular. They can basically shut off the road and you can't do anything.
Are the authorities by their silence saying that this is normal?
They see it all the time. And you see, the thing is this.
Godfred, and just to add quickly before you proceed, on the airport road, the Woolworth Junction, there's a group of police that stand there while the former Ghana Home Loans cars move to join that road. Okay, like barely 150 meters away from the police, I saw a guy this is a random guy on a motorbike doing all kinds of stunts. And this is a 3-lane road occupied by vehicles. In fact, I even tried to record him, only that my phone fell. And everybody who was driving felt a certain unease, because he was doing all sorts of stunts. What you talked about, lifting the front, standing on it, raising one leg here and there.
And the police could see him.
I don't know if the police saw him, because I had just moved slightly away from the police, and this guy was doing this on the road. Just to add, Godfrey.
Yes, the Boteman Road, I'm also told, that's your part of town. It's also it has become, an enclave for these motorbikes and these cars. So we need I don't understand why, even more with the motorbikes than the cars, the police don't like acting with the motorbikes. You can sometimes see the policemen with their the visibility folks at the various traffic lights. They see them and then they are watching them. So, yesterday I was driving somewhere. No, Saturday I was driving somewhere, and I saw these motorbikes, trying to clear a pass for somebody, and these were private motorbikes, like 20 of them. I refused to move, and the guy was hitting them, and I was like, "You touch my car, I will hit you with my car. We can settle the matter at the police station. Why should I clear a path? Who are you to be clearing a path on the road for? Who?"
The impunity in Ghana.
And all I saw was that 20 of these motorbikes passed, and at the back of it was a Kia Sorento, and it was unregistered.
Carrying who?
I don't know.
Maybe
you see,
maybe a musician.
Yeah, but we need the police to deal with those things. And you see, it's not helped by one thing, Bernard. And I am sorry to say this. You see. It's hard to say it, but I will say it because we are looking at public safety. The politicians have turned the motorbike culture into a campaign strategy. Where basically they are allowed to flout traffic regulations in the name of we are campaigning. Malik Basintale, be very careful. I understand that it's a very popular thing that he used to do to won them an election, but you're a public official now. There's a difference between doing that as a regular citizen, and at that time it was unlawful. The police still allowed it, but we need to have what those people do. The Green Army and their motorbikes riding through town, stop traffic. Everybody has to stop and do something.
It's very dangerous.
It's very dangerous. They don't wear helmets, but he does wear a helmet. I must admit, he's properly, outfitted. But a lot of the people who join that thing,
reckless,
they do all sorts of things in town. You are expecting to move from point A to point B. You are just driving there. You go and meet 5,000 people on motorbikes. You have to wait for 2 or 3 hours because they say they are campaigning. The police don't say a word about it. the things they do, if myself and my boys in Dansuma got on motorbikes and did that, the police will arrest me. So why is it that they can do it, Malik Basintal and his campaign force can do it, and I can't do it?
Equality before the law.
There has to be equality. If it is wrong, it is wrong. The police must ensure that there is general order on our roads.
Yes.
Particularly because we always sit here and talk about the numbers of people who have died through road crashes.
We haven't finished mourning Charles Misa, who was killed by a hit and run person, and so we cannot pretend as though we are angry with bad driving and then look on for people to be doing speed racing, people to be doing stunts. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So on one hand we say, why are people doing hit and run? Then on the other hand we allow people to misbehave in the name of politics.
And what fascinates me is, there is an enabling of this culture by social media. So now most of them even have the audacity to carry dash cams
and record
or helmet cams. They'll record it and share. People are applauding. Wow, this is how you ride a motorbike. Somebody was like, how else do you expect somebody to drive an AMG? Well, I'm saying if you bought an AMG in Ghana, you should know that you should not be driving it through traffic center.
Who is the head of MTTD?
I don't know who it is now.
I think we need to have a conversation with the person around.
There's just a general lawlessness.
How they see what we are saying. Because the policing on the roads is a specialized function of the MTTD. And I believe that the leader of MTTD should be interested in what we are discussing. So if he's listening to us, or if his people are listening, we've invited him. He can walk in any day.
We'll talk.
Just like his one of the ministers did. At least for him, we have the space. So
DCOP Gabriel Prince Wabu.
Yeah, we are
Director General.
Yeah, we are very open to a conversation about road safety generally.
Yes.
Motorbikes. And then these cars that are racing, he can come any day. He should just walk in with his white.
But there's not. I don't.
We want to. We want him to
explain why it's allowed.
Yes, and his vision, because MTTD is a very critical part of the way we manage our society. And he can usually. I mean, when Alexander Obin was there, I think he's still there. He used to do a lot of media rounds, and I think it helps because he would explain and educate us on what is right, what is wrong, and that kind of thing. I think
he was the head of their communication, not necessarily the director general.
Yeah, but I feel like we are not hearing from them.
Let me add a few. A lot of people have seen this and are adding the routes. So let me, if you just allow me, and
a few more minutes.
Yes, the authorities are listening. Yes. The Boteman Road, like I said, they said the junction to the sports complex.
And the Boteman
is there a smooth road there?
The Boteman Road has killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
The Boteman Road, Shiba did a report a year ago about how after the road was done, people were just speeding recklessly. You see, when you do a road and you don't put, of course, the road is nice, and Ghanaians, when they see a road, they just
must go.
And because there are residents on both sides, it's very dangerous. And now they are adding speeding to it, speed racing.
Then says Kaukudi.
Yeah,
that's a very popular enclave for it. Then Achimota Forest Road as well has been turned into a speedway. So MTTD, you need to clamp down.
Make examples of
these things. So other messages. This one says there's also indiscipline by our brothers when they're on their way to bury their dead. It's very important that we bring some order to this. On Sundays, there's a group of motorbikes on the N1 on the opposite side of the Talo office.
Yes.
This one says from Pokuase interchange to Odumase Tre Junction, and he says the police are aware, mostly on Sunday evenings from 6 p.m.
Yeah, for me, I always see the security implications of these things, because if there are people who believe they can break the law on motorbikes, somebody can weaponize them and use them to start terrorizing people. So we shouldn't allow lawlessness to take root in the name of, they are just riding motorbikes. If somebody can stop traffic and it's not a police person, there should be. I mean, and what is sad is you will be driving on a Sunday afternoon from wherever you are,
minding your business,
and they'll stop you and ask you, where's your driver's license? Meanwhile, 2 kilometers down the lane,
they are speeding.
25 people are misbehaving and the police don't see them. I mean, what kind of society are we creating? You get me? If the police want us to take them seriously, they have to start showing that these things are not allowed.
Last 2 weeks, Dansuman police station, Dansuman well, the Dansuman police station, the traffic lights there, between Emmanuel Presby and Exhibition, that road on the Achampong Highway, High Street, that's directly in front of the Dansuman police station. But for 1 hour, between 3 to 4, the motorbikes, they were just going up and down.
For what?
They make a U-turn at the Tunga traffic light, come back, right in front of the police station, go to the roundabout, exhibition roundabout, 10 for 1 hour. They were at it. Nobody stopped them. And this is the district headquarters. They were riding directly in front of the district headquarters. Nobody moved them. They were there 1 hour. Vroom, vroom. You are sitting there minding your business, and then they'll come and pass with their boyfriends and girlfriends.
Why is lawlessness taking roots in this country and we are just watching on? Yeah. I am saying if you don't clamp these things down, it will come and bite you. Some countries are dealing with gangs. Yeah. Some people have created fiefdoms that police cannot enter. Yeah. Some people have become kidnappers. We should not allow these things in the name of, Ghana is a peaceful country. Ghana is not. The police should do their work. They should leave innocent people who are driving their cars and stop timing us under cocoa trees. That you are you pass through amber. No, think about it. A lady, a 42-year-old banking lady is driving and she's passed through amber. So because of that, hell has broken loose. 25 reckless guys are riding a motorbike in town.
Watching them.
Which one is more serious?
Untouchable.
You see, if people, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you are punishment in your house. A child does something very big, you don't do anything, and then somebody drops a cup of water and then you are beating the hell out of the person. Your child will think you are mad. Yeah. You need punishment, and retribution must be commensurate to the scale of the offense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why should police spend their time? You go to East Legon someplace, they are hiding somewhere. They say, "Are operation?" In some unmarked police car, then they'll stop you. Yeah, I want to check your boot. We are doing some special operation. Yeah. Okay, no problem. That's your work.
Do it and go.
But just behind me, somebody is racing. That one, you didn't see it. Yeah.
Pass and
let's not do such things. Let's not do it. And Sky, sometimes when you see that doing illegal operation, you know. Yeah. They will park somewhere.
They park in places they are not supposed to park.
And then they will look. They say, "I want to check your boot." Do I look like a criminal? You want to check? What do you want to do in my boot?
But this message says,
you see, the problem is that,
let's not do that.
The problem is that the police don't just have they don't have the authority to just start digging people's cars like that. The requirement of reasonable suspicion that there's wrongdoing, we don't take it seriously in Ghana. What gives you the belief that that car moving has something that is illegal or has done something wrong?
So random.
No, just saying.
Even in the random checks, they are trained.
What I'm saying is that
the police are trained.
I am not saying they shouldn't do their work, but if there's obvious, blatant abuse by people and the police watch on, and then they claim that they are checking with the regular people who are not doing anything serious, you understand? There are people who are blatant. Look, go on social media. Videos are uploaded daily. The police are on social media.
Those are pieces of evidence.
Why won't the police go and find those guys who are racing and arrest them? Then innocent citizens going home in the evening, you mount a checkpoint and you cause a lot of traffic.
They make us stay in traffic for 1 hour just to get.
Sometimes you ask yourself, what is happening? You have people going home at 8:30 p.m. Mm-hmm. They will mount a roadblock and say they are doing random check. You can stay in that thing for an hour, sometimes Tema. Between Hospital Road, they will just be flashing torchlights in your face. We are sending you video. Maybe they should send us a place to send these videos if they claim they have.
But the videos are online.
Have social media accounts,
and they've been tagged in all the videos.
Exactly, they are tagged in the videos.
Charlie,
Bernard, on this car thing, I live at Oyarifa. Just final one. I live at Oyarifa. The main road is not too far. You can always hear them. The speed and the bikes lifting, and the misbehavior on the road is unbecoming. On the Bree Road in particular is very bad. Right after the barrier of Oyarifa Township, the people I've seen killed on that road, I can't even count now.
There's something I want to say. You see, there are big motorbikes that have loud sounds,
like gunshots.
Yeah. Why is that not part of the excluded things that? Because noise pollution must be treated as because sometimes the way they zoom through town,
you will panic
and pop. I mean, that should not be allowed.
That's engine power.
That's what?
The engine power, horsepower.
No, I think yes, it is engine power, horsepower, but they have recalibrated the exhaust pipes of their motorbike so that it will make loud noise through, and those things should not be allowed. And some of the people who do this a lot are also some of these external citizens who are in the country and who believe that they can ride motorbikes anyhow. I think equally the law must apply to them too.
Okay.
It's important.
So we are just repeating to emphasize the point that the authorities must take a serious view of the abuse of road traffic rules by people who race in their vehicles and motorbike riders who have become a law unto themselves. And then also, Caleb, just reiterate the need for light on the Achimota Pokuase.
Yeah.
Achimota of Anko Pokuase in Sawam Road.
Yeah.
Some gentlemen sent me a statement to talk about that. I think we mentioned it last week.
Yes.
That the road is very dark, and I think the knocking down of the gentleman yesterday is something they wanted us to highlight quickly.
I mean, it was only last week that I mentioned that my Professor Alex Berima had sent images of the Pokuase interchange and that stretch, complaining about how dark it is at night. And then by the time we come to work this morning, we understand that there's been some killing on the road as a result of someone crossing the stretch. It's dark at night. To be honest, Bernard, I've used some parts of town that have the street lights working. If you use the Okpongro towards Medina area, you can see that the street lights are working, that they are functioning quite well. But there are some major roads that because they are highways by their nature, at night vehicles are speeding, drivers who use it are speeding and all of that. And when people cross them, the footbridges are also not available, and it leads to some of these fatalities. So we want to draw the attention of the authorities. We have seen some of the work that you're doing, but don't rest on your laurels. It's not enough. You need to complete the other stretch, because one life lost cannot be replaced. So we will actually find time and list some of these spaces or places where we think the roads do not have visibility at night and call their attention. We know they do know them already, but some messages have come. They are talking about the indiscipline and reckless driving of Toyota Voxy drivers. That has come up for attention. I think the Road Safety Authority actually set up a committee to investigate the use of these vehicles, and so we'll be looking forward to the outcome of that particular committee's report. And the Mahama Road to Flower Port is another stretch where a lot of reckless driving goes on. People have raised that as well. Good morning, Bernard. All these videos of people recklessly riding motorbikes end up being uploaded on Facebook. I have particularly reported some of these vehicles to be dangerous. Interestingly, Facebook never approves my report, telling me it does not contradict their community standards. If all social media will see these uploaded, if all social media users will report these, I think that we'll make some headway. Alex sent that from Tumu. Good morning, Bernard. Talking about the indiscipline on our road, it's unbearable, and I think that DVLA should issue a new license or retrain all drivers before issuing them with driver's license, especially commercial drivers. Shine send this one. Good morning, Peter. Discussions about motorbikes. Our brothers on the others do this often when they are in a hurry to bury their relatives by blocking roads, and they use to the cemetery, and they will threaten if you try to cross the road. This happens very often. So it's a cocktail of issues: indiscipline, riding and driving, and poorly lit roads at night. All these should get the attention of our authorities.
8:45 on the City Breakfast Show. This week we're starting off our Heritage Month on Air series.
Yeah, man.
And every week there will be a different focus. Later this morning around 9:30, we'll be talking about the influence of music in everyday life. And our guest is the head of music department, School of Performing Arts, Dr. Benjamin Amache Boateng. So Frema Idunyame will be speaking to him on our Heritage on Air series in about 45 minutes.
Sure.
Now, I wanted to read an article that an analyst for Al Jazeera wrote on the 1st of March. This was yesterday, one day into the conflict. Of course, this was written from the point of view of how it was going to change the Middle East. But I think there are aspects of this that sort of outlines what is at stake. Then we can pick it up from there. So the author is Khalid Al-Jaber. And the title is "The US-Israeli War on Iran Could Rewrite Gulf Security Calculations." And it says, a prolonged conflict is bound to disrupt the model of regional stability and economic prosperity the Gulf has pursued. Now, let me just go through. The United States-Israel war on Iran is just one day old. and it's already clear it will have a profound impact on the Middle East and the Gulf in particular. The U.S. Israeli bombardment of Iran has killed a number of high-ranking officials as well as the Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. Tehran has responded by attacking not just Israel, but also various countries in the region. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Kuwait and Oman were all struck by Iranian missiles or drones, even though none of these countries had launched attacks on Iran from their territory. Various sites across these states were targeted, including U.S. military bases, airports, ports, and even commercial areas. If the conflict drags on, it could become a real turning point for the Gulf, one that reshapes how states think about security, alliances, and even their long-term economic futures. For years, Gulf stability has leaned on a familiar set of assumptions. The United States remained the dominant security guarantor. Rivalry with Iran was managed, contained, and kept below the threshold of full confrontation. And the Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC, despite its disagreements, provided enough coordination to prevent regional politics from unraveling entirely. A sustained conflict involving the US, Israel, and Iran would strain all of that at once. It would push Gulf capitals to revisit not only their defense planning, but also the deeper logic of their regional strategy. In recent years, Gulf diplomacy had already been shifting carefully, quietly, and with a strong preference for hedging rather than choosing sides. The Saudi-Iran thaw brokered by China in 2023, the UAE's pragmatic channels with Tehran and Oman's steady mediation role all point to the same idea. Stability requires dialogue, even when mistrust runs deep. Qatar has kept doors open, betting on diplomacy and de-escalation as a way to reduce risk. But a prolonged war would make that balancing act much harder to sustain. Pressure would rise from Washington to show clearer alignment. Domestic opinion would demand firmer answers about where national interests truly stand. Regional polarization would intensify. In that kind of environment, strategic ambiguity stops looking like smart flexibility and starts looking like vulnerability because everyone wants you to pick a side. The economic shock waves could be just as significant. Any extended conflict tied to Iran immediately puts marine choke points back at the center of global attention, especially the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most sensitive arteries in the world economy. Even limited disruptions could trigger sharp energy price increases, higher insurance and shipping costs, and renewed investor anxiety. Yes, higher oil prices could boost revenues in the short term, but sustained volatility carries a different cost. It could scare away long-term capital, complicate mega project financing, and raise borrowing costs at exactly the moment many Gulf states are trying to accelerate diversification. There's also a long-term strategic risk. Many consumers, especially in Asia, may decide that repeated instability is reason enough to speed up diversification away from Gulf energy sources. Over time, that would quietly reduce the region's leverage, even if it remains a major energy supplier. Inside the GCC, the war could either push states together or expose their cracks. The bloc has always moved between unity and rivalry, and a crisis doesn't automatically produce cohesion. Different members have different threat perceptions and different comfort levels with risk. Oman and Qatar have typically valued mediation and communication channels with Tehran. Saudi Arabia and UAE have leaned more heavily towards deterrence, even if both have recently invested in de-escalation. Kuwait tries to balance carefully and avoid hard positioning. If the conflict escalates unpredictably, those differences could resurface and strain coordination. But the opposite outcome is also possible. The crisis could drive deeper cooperation on missile defense, intelligence sharing, and maritime security. Which direction the GCC takes will depend less on outside pressure and more on whether member states see this as a moment to compete or a moment to close ranks. Zoning out a prolonged war would also accelerate larger geopolitical realignments. China and Russia would not remain passive. Beijing, deeply invested in Gulf energy flows and regional connectivity, may expand its diplomatic footprint and present itself as a stabilizing intermediary. Moscow could exploit the turmoil to increase its arms sale and leverage regional divisions. Meanwhile, if U.S. military engagement deepens but Washington's political bandwidth narrows, Gulf states may find themselves in a complicated position, more dependent on American security support, yet more cautious about relying on a single patron. That dynamic could produce a new pattern, something like conditional alignment, where Gulf capitals cooperate militarily with the U.S. but widen their economic and diplomatic operations to avoid overdependence. The deepest change, though, may not be military or economic, it may be cultural. In strategic terms, the Gulf states have spent decades prioritizing stability, modernization, and careful geopolitical maneuvering. A sustained regional war could disrupt that model. It could force painful trade-offs between security imperatives and development ambitions, between diplomatic flexibility and alliance discipline, between the desire to avoid escalation and the reality of living next door to it. This is why the Gulf now feels like it's standing at a crossroads. It could become the front line of a prolonged, great power-inflected confrontation, or it could leverage the diplomatic capital it has built to push for de-escalation while strengthening its defensive resilience. Either way, the outcome wouldn't just shape Gulf security thinking. It could influence the region's entire political architecture for years, possibly decades to come. This is written by Khalid Al-Jaber. As I said, it's from a very Gulf-centric perspective. But I think it's important because whatever is going to happen in the rest of the world depends on what happens in the Gulf and how they react to what's going on. The other big news we have is that the Iranians said they will not negotiate. And they have shown a video of a number of drones being kept underground in a show of force that shows that they are not prepared to back down. The American calculation that people in Iran will hit the streets and topple their government is not going to happen. Anybody who understands the way Iranian society is built knows that the control the government has on the state is not about killing one man or 10 men for that matter. So it looks like the calculation in Washington that this will be like a 3-day war. You shoot, blast a few places, drop 1,000 or 2 bombs, and the administration changes. It's not going to happen. Now, we don't know how long the Iranians would hold out. So if that takes more than 3 or 4 weeks, then we are in the middle of another war, because we already have Russia-Ukraine, which disrupted a lot of things. Now, the Strait of Hormuz is a place where 20% of the world's finished petroleum products passes through. Already about 3 vessels have been hit. So if that area continues to be blocked, you're going to have definitely an effect on supply of oil to the rest of the world. We are told that the Dubai airport and the airports that is used by Etihad and Qatar Airways have been closed. Again, you can see about it's probably the world's largest
aviation hub.
Yes. Certainly Dubai airport is the world's busiest airport. Okay, so transport is affected. Fuel prices may be affected. Ghanaians who work in the Middle East, don't forget that the Middle East is also where a lot of our gold is bought. So from the supply side, we get a lot of our finished oil products from there.
And then our gold,
a lot of our gold is sold there. So while I don't want to get ahead of myself, I think we should be really concerned about what's happening. Let me start with Godfred. You know, in February 2022, Russia and Ukraine started bickering. 3 years down the line, we are still bearing the brunt of that conflict. 55 Ghanaians have died, officially confirmed. We are told over 200 and something Ghanaians are fighting in that war. US, Iran, Israel is a much bigger war than Russia, Ukraine, arguably.
Yeah.
Because Iran's retaliation has hit almost 6 countries. All right. Don't forget, we were in JSS when the Gulf War started. US attacking Baghdad because of Kuwait. This looks like a much bigger situation if it's allowed to continue. What are your network of experts thinking about what the possible end games are? For them, deal with timelines. Are they looking at a 1 month? Are they looking in the region of a 1 week? Or are they looking at months? When your analysts talk to you, what are they saying?
Well, I think it's an open timeline for this one, particularly because it looks like it's all gloves are off moments. We remember the last time Iran and Israel went at it. Didn't last long, but they threw almost 600 missiles at each other. You know, but this is clearly very different because the US had run out of patience with Iran on the nuclear treaties and how they wanted it to go, and basically also because they felt the terms that Iran was pushing on what it wanted out of the negotiations was not what they wanted. And with the death of the supreme leader and also Ahmadinejad, former president, all being confirmed,
Mhm.
it changes the dynamics of what a timeline is in
Mhm.
terms of what a resolution will look like, because who is the one going to issue the instruction on, okay, let's sit down and negotiate? And Iran have issued publicly
Mhm.
a statement that they are not going to. The lines of succession are
They
still
won't
unclear.
talk. Mhm.
Exactly. Until they have some semblance of a structure in place, I don't think we are going to see too much movement. And there is also the public perception of strength that needs to be played out on both sides. The US will keep at it. In fact, we've seen Trump saying that they will keep on going until they achieve US objectives. Those objectives are not publicly clear in its entirety for now. So until the US objectives are achieved, they will keep going. That is on the US side. We also do not know what the Iranian objective is at this moment. And so on the question of
Timeline.
how long we expect this to go, there's a certain level of unpredictability around it.
But can we
as compared
safely
to
say
normal.
that the assumption, at least from the Western side, that this will be very short and quick and that it will lead to a capitulation, that assumption has been proved to be false?
I don't know whether the assumption was that this was going to be quick. No matter, I am not privy to the level of intelligence the US government has with regards to the capability of the Iranian military. What we have been told over time is, when it comes to the matter of ballistic missiles, they do have quite a lot of those, and that is what we have seen raining down on US interest in the region. And we don't know how many they have and how long they can keep going. But what we're told is that after the conflict, the last clash with Israel, they did replenish their stocks, so they are going to keep going for a while.
The reason I said that was some people have analyzed President Trump's incursions. So they look at Venezuela. It was quick.
Yes.
So day one, he will unleash hell. Day two, he would lay down some ultimatums. And by day three, people start talking. So he's also very flexible. So a lot of the analysts are not sure what to think. You know, there are different administrations have different templates.
Exactly.
The analysts are worried because they say when it comes to Trump, you cannot really tell what he will do. So they are not even sure.
Which goes back to the first point I made about we don't know in entirety what the US objectives are.
Exactly.
But I thought he articulated that in.
No, I'm saying that there's what
speeches
might
he's
be
given.
articulated publicly, but he says they will keep this going until US objectives are met.
Yes, Sky, the question is, so for example, do we know if the US wants a new government in Iran,
so
as a short term or long term,
so
or they just want to talk?
Two things flow from his first speech, which is the 8-minute one, that they wanted to stop Iran from having access to nuclear weapons, because according to the US people, they believe that Iran was almost nearing completion of this quest. This is not minding the fact that he had told us last year that he had bombed these facilities and completely destroyed their capacity to be able to do that anytime soon. So that would expose the lie to his earlier claim.
If the nuclear facilities have been bombed,
why is it that just less than 7 months or so you are telling us that the guys are nearing completion of their effort to build new bombs?
So that's number one.
Number one. Then the second one was that they wanted a regime change in Tehran. And the way they wanted to do that was, first of all, to weaken the regime's capacity to be able to, first of all, react or respond to international or external aggression. And then also the capacity of the regime to be able to neutralize opposition from within. You know, over the course of the last 1 month or so, we've seen major protests in Tehran. And there have been reports to the effect that the regime had used excessive force, which resulted in the deaths of many of its citizens. Of course, the regime loyalists will tell you that there are external agents on the ground who have either stoked the fires or have actively killed some of the their citizens and all of that. We are not in a position to confirm that. But what is clear is that the US and the Israelis are banking on this hope that somehow, if they are able to bomb the Iraqis, Iranians into submission, the citizens of that country will rise up and topple their own government. So you heard Trump say that, look, we'll help you. It will be your turn now to go out into the streets and take over your government. So these are the two clear objectives that I see from his earlier statement. But what seems to have happened when he spoke yesterday was that because a number of U.S. bases have been attacked and some U.S. Service personnel have died, he is now saying that he would avenge those deaths and that he will go at it for as long as necessary until the objective is achieved.
Now, the reason I asked the question is, in campaigning and also whilst in opposition, President Trump was always positioned as a pacifist who did not like prolonged wars. He did criticize his predecessors for wars, and he knows the American public appetite for war is not that high, which is why he was berating the Ukrainian president for not wanting to talk to the Russians, because he felt like he didn't want war. So which is why so my comment about the assumption in Washington, I think those who know Trump know that he doesn't like prolonged wars because he believes that it will make him unpopular at home. Now, which is why the response of Iran appears to have exposed a flaw in what I call the American assumption. Okay, so at this morning, a U.S. fighter has been downed in Kuwait. Iran,
I think a number of them.
Yes, a number of them have been downed in Kuwait, and Iran is launched a fresh series of retaliatory strikes in the Gulf region. Now, we need to explain that the U.S. is very far away from Iran, but what the U.S. does is that they build up military bases in many, many parts of the world. So Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Dubai, and all these countries, Bahrain, they have American military bases. So Iran's retaliatory attacks inevitably affects independent Gulf states who are cooperating with the US. Okay, so the article I read is suggesting that if the Gulf Coordination Council does not sort of meet to quickly resolve this, it could become a massive one. Now, the reason this is critical, you remember when Al Jazeera was a number of countries in the Gulf region take issue with Al Jazeera because it's Qatari, and in those times they were criticizing Qatar for their closeness to Tehran, because don't forget that some of the suspicions in the Middle East and the Gulf have to do with not just closeness to the US but also sectarianism. All right, so Iran is the Shia dominant force, and Saudi is the Sunni dominant force. All right, somehow Saudi's relationship with the US on the military side has been quite cordial. Okay, and a lot of the Gulf states have taken a leaf from that book. So Iran's attack against UN in these places is also indirectly sort of stoking undertones of their rivalry as a place. What I'm trying to say is that it could well lead to a full-blown war, in the sense that if some of these Gulf states say, we were sitting out somewhere and you are now hitting civilian targets in our zones, because the Iranians are targeting American installations in these places, but there are videos of places in
civil infrastructure.
Do you understand? Civilian infrastructure being hit by the Iranians, of course, in targeting the Americans. So it could easily lead to a whole regional conflict.
I just want to mention something quickly. I think in connection with the situation with Saudi Arabia, what some reports suggest is that while the de facto leader, bin Salman, was openly stating that they were adverse to the idea of using force against Iran publicly, reports suggest that he may have spoken to the US president or intelligence officials and privately advocated the use of force.
So who is this?
Bin Salman, the Saudi crown prince, who is the de facto leader of Saudi Arabia. If you read a number of diplomatic channels and cables, there's a suggestion that there was that quiet interaction between Washington and Saudi Arabia.
Endorse the use of force.
Exactly. While publicly saying that, look, we don't want force. So if we're looking at the Saudi situation, we should also have in mind that report. We are not in a position to confirm or deny, but these are some of the things that are being discussed. And also, you have in excess of between 40,000 and 50,000 U.S. troops in that particular region, scattered around these and per what we have heard from the Iranians, they see these bases as legitimate targets because they hold some of the weapons that the US is either using against them or intends to use against them. And to the extent that these are military targets, they are fair game because, first of all, they are retaliating against the Israelis, which under international law they are entitled to doing. They cannot reach the U.S. homeland. So bases that are close by are fair game. That is what is going on, without endorsing what is happening.
We will keep an eye on the situation. The main concern for us here in Ghana obviously are the economic impacts of the war in terms of how they will affect fuel prices, because Ghana is still a net importer of petroleum products, and a lot of our petroleum comes from that part of the world. And as I read, transport costs for oil price itself and also insurance and all those things could go up, and that could affect the price of oil in Ghana. I think another indirect impact could be the gold, but we are not yet there because gold prices are still going up. But we do sell a bit of our gold in the Middle East, so that's another issue. Then of course the transport disruptions within the Dubai area, of course, that is also something that could affect other issues. So we will keep an eye on the development.
Sorry, I think we should be concerned beyond the indirect impact about what appears to be the use of hegemonic power. For me, there's a certain uncertainty in the world politics now. I'm wondering, we are in 2026, but it feels like we are in an era
19,
exactly where anybody jumps on a ship somewhere and goes to another country and eliminates their leader. I think that Ghana and perhaps African leaders or countries that are perceived weak should be concerned. And for me, it exposes some of the theatricals of world leaders. Conversations about what people should do, whether or not they are on the menu or on the table, etc. Great English. But we continue to exist in a hegemonic power, and I think that African leaders need to speak about that.
Well, I mean, the whole talk of hegemony is now challenged by reason of the emergence of other actors in a big way on the international stage. And of course, some will tell you that the attack against Iran by the US is also sort of directed at the Chinese because they get a lot of their oil from China. The same way what happened in Venezuela.
From Iran? Or from China?
From that whole region, Iran and that whole region. And then also the attack against Venezuela was also to choke China in terms of supply of fuel to it. So
no, not China.
Iran.
The Latin American country.
Yeah, not Venezuela.
No. Venezuela's connection is Cuba. Thank you. Cuba.
Oh no, yes, Cuba is also there. Then there's also China, because the Chinese have invested a lot of money in the Venezuelan economy to support the oil sector.
A lot of things will come out in the next few days. We'll take a short breather. When we come back, we will switch our attention fully to Heritage Month. Our honest series this morning is on music. And Frema Dunyami has been speaking to Professor Amache Boateng, and it's going to be a conversation on the traditional music forms across ethnic groups, instruments, and cultural meanings behind rhythms, live traditional music performance, and all of that. So that's happening right after this.
Oh, nice.
You know Dr. Amache Boateng?
Oh, yes. I am happy. Charlie Fredo. Yeah, I'm happy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Improve your gum and oral health with the new Nesta mouthwash from Ernest Chemists Limited.
Nesta mouthwash comes in original and fresh mint for the treatment of bleeding or irritated gums, mouth ulcers, maintenance of oral hygiene, prevention of bad breath and plaque. Nesta mouthwash, great oral hygiene, long-lasting freshness. Available in pharmacies nationwide. Manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited.
When factories rise, we protect them. When businesses grow, we guard their future. When families invest in what matters most, we secure their dreams. For over 60 years, SIC Insurance has been Ghana's shield, built on integrity, reliability, and care. From motor to fire, accidents to travel, marine and more. Whatever you value, insure it with confidence. Insure it with care. Insure it with SIC Insurance, because at the heart of every policy is a sacred promise to care, to deliver, to be there when it matters most. Call 0800 100 055 or talk to a broker or licensed agent today. SIC Insurance. Our promises are sacred.
Feel the energy and reconnect with your roots this March at the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2026. Join us for a celebration of Ghanaian culture and cuisine from all across the country. Northern, Akan, and Southern villages will all be represented. It's more than just food. It's about culture, family, and memories that last a lifetime. Let's come together this March to discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 28th and 29th of March 2026. Venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. The time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day. Interested vendors can register by calling 0205 973 973. The Back to Your Village Food Festival is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move! Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ghanaian music is the heartbeat of our culture, from the traditional rhythms to high life to hip life to contemporary Afro beat. Music has really shaped or has really helped us preserve who we are in terms of our history. And this week we are looking at the influence of music in our everyday lives, as individuals and as a nation, where we have come from traditionally, where we are and where we are heading to with our music. This is the sound of our identity. We are still in our Heritage Month, and this week we are exploring our music. My guest is seated. When we come back from this break, I will introduce him and we'll have the conversation going on. I'm Frema Edunyame. You are welcome.
Ago.
Welcome back. This is the sound of our identity. My guest to help me, so we are going back to explore our roots and our rhythms. We are looking at the various traditional music forms across Ghana. And I am privileged, to have the head of department himself of the music department, School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana. Now I feel I'm back home. Dr. Amachi Boateng is here to do that. Doc, you are welcome.
Thank you so much.
I should be coming back to school, eh?
Yeah. We have more spaces for you. Plenty courses for you to explore.
I hear. I will come.
Yeah.
But today we are looking at our traditional music. We are looking at, in fact, we are trying to connect to our roots and our rhythms. So we start with our traditional dance forms. I mean, do we know how many traditional music forms we have in Ghana? Or if we can't say all, maybe the very popular ones we have.
Yeah, there are several musical forms that are identical with Ghanaians.
Okay.
You see, every tribe in Ghana has something that identifies them in terms of music, in terms of dance. When you look at even the various regions that we have in Ghana, currently we have about 16 regions.
Yeah.
Every region has something that identifies them in terms of music, in terms of drumming, in terms of dance. The very popular ones, as you rightly said, could be the Palogo that we know. We know that that's in Greater Accra. We have Kolomashi, we have Palogo, and then we have Agbe. Agbe is one of the unknown musical type from the Ghana, because this is a special group that are also Ghana that are not really
How is their song like?
known. It sounds Yoruba.
Okay.
But
can you give us an example?
Yeah, I can give you
sure.
several examples. These people came to Ghana about 200 years ago.
Okay.
And they were the descendants of ex-slaves. And when on their way coming to Ghana, they passed through Nigeria and brought this particular musical type, which has been something that has identified them over the years. And the song is, the singing is in Yoruba. But the rhythms are... Yes, I'll sing one for you. They have one that is called Iyalode, Iyalode Kowanjo, Iyalode, Iyalode Kowanjo, Iyalode, which whenever you hear this song, you are calling prominent women to come into the arena to dance. So men don't dance to this song. They have songs for men. They have songs, I mean, the kind of songs they sing speaks to a lot of social issues and all that. So this is also one aspect that is not really explored in our country.
Is Gao a traditional
music? is traditional from the Volta region.
Oh, from Volta.
From the Volta region, yes.
Okay, so that's why.
Yes.
Okay.
It's from Volta region.
Right.
And then as part of the Volta region traditions, we have also Bobobo.
Right.
We also have the popular Agbaja. We have Achi Agbeko and all these speak to the history of the tribe, of the region. That is why every region has something that really identifies them.
So what does Achagbeko say? What are they saying?
It's a warrior, something about war. You know, the Elders have history in war. When they were leaving their former abode, the Noche and all, they had to go through war. And so the drum patterns that you hear them playing, they are all coded languages. Yes. Very good. That's the bell pattern for them. But the master drummer himself, all those things are coded. So if you are not part of their, if you don't understand it, and they use it to speak to themselves, communicate to themselves, so that the enemies may not know what they are talking about. And so when you hear them talking, there are some of the rhythms which says turn around. Some of them says they should stand attention. They understand all these things. Set your gun, get ready with your gun and all those. So if you are not part of them, you will not understand those patterns that they are playing. But they speak to each other when they
Let's move to the Akan areas to also look at their traditional music forms.
Yeah, so for the Akan, we can readily talk about Adoa, we can talk about Kete, These are all royal dances. We
Right.
could talk about Citi, which is a song which talks about courting. When
Right, like social
dances.
yeah.
When a man wants to woo a woman, they play some of this Citi music. And so almost all the rhythms they play, they understand what they are playing. So those of us who sit behind, we just see them as entertainment, but they know what they are saying. For instance, like the Adowa dance, for instance, when you hear some of the rhythms like ba-bam bam, ba-da-dum, ajimai, or dam-pim.
Oh, wow.
In those days, they had a king called Ajimai, and you know, Adowa was formerly played during funerals, royal funerals.
Yeah.
And so when they are playing those rhythms, they are telling you that the king has been laid in state. And so those who understand know what it means and they know how to behave.
Right, interesting. But the Fanti lands, the Fanti areas, what would be their traditional
we
music?
have the Upper Tampa for I mean you were at the School of Performing Arts, so you have all the skills in
no,
that.
but my lecturer is here, so I have to believe.
Yes, so there is Upper Tampa also. You remember this song, Kwantinti Awari Minko, Kwantinti Awari Minko. Yeah, so they use it to also the youth use it to defend themselves. For instance, they've asked you to go far away to go and marry. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
you don't.
It's far.
You don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
So some of these songs speaks for whoever is dancing, whoever is playing, and so it is very important that the listeners or the observers should understand some of.
Right. Let's move up north because they have a unique culture.
Yes.
You know, I particularly really love northern culture.
Yes.
Because it's very different from what we are
Yes,
used to.
yes, yes.
So when you move up north, what are some of the traditional music you are likely to find?
Yeah, when you move up north, you have Damba up there, you have Takai, and then there are others that is only women who Bamaya,
okay.
All of them are part.
But Bawa is for...
Bawa is also up
north.
from
Right.
the
Okay.
northern side. And in Bolga we have some that we will have the pony dance. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No.
It's for women. It's only women who take part in
the one they've been shaking their...
Yes, and it's very energetic.
Yes.
Hand claps and some stamping of foot, and they stamp the foot according to the way they clap their hands. And the women communicate with all these things. We traveled there some time ago to interview them and realize that they formed those groups to empower the women.
Okay.
And so for economic gains and all. So you know that place is more of very hard in terms of farming, rain and all those things. It's very rare there. And so before they do this raiding, before they go into farming or during the dry season, they try to empower themselves, do some susu here and there, and they use this musical type to gather the women and empower them. They advise them in terms of marriage and all. So you have that pony dance also up there. You have Bamaya, you have Damba, you have Takai, all of them from the northern region.
My favorite, northern music or dance would be Bamaya.
Yeah.
Because I think it's very gracious,
Yes,
you know. Because a lot of the northern dancers are very, very energetic. You really have to find the energy. But Bamaya is very gracious,
Yes,
and the music is nice.
Very good.
Bamaya, Bamaya,
oh, you are form.
So that's quite interesting. So if I understand you well, it means that all these rhythms have messages that they are communicating to the people.
Yes.
Right. So Adowa originally was for the royals or the prominent chiefs who died, and at their funerals they perform Adowa. What about Kiti?
Kiti is also a royal dance.
But is it also for funeral?
Formerly it was all meant for the funeral settings. But now, because of urbanization and all, most of these patterns or this music that was originally for the King's Court have now been brought outside for everybody's consumption, which Well, for like the School of Performing Arts, for instance, we are not a King's Court, but we have to train people in some of these musical types so that when they go back, they will be able to perform them. But they are not performed really in contest, but contextually they were meant for the King's Court.
And we also see that when it comes to traditional music, the musical instruments play very, very defined roles. You know, so when you talk of the fonton frums, when you talk of the tumpan, even with the kete drums, you know, so a lot of people see the kete drum as the red and black drum. We don't even know what it is for. So let's go through some of these. The bell, you know, the bell is very, very key when it comes to traditional music, right? What's the relevance of the bell?
So the bell helps in keeping the timing of the performance. The dancer listens to the bell, the master drummer is listening to the bell, so that, you know, African music is synonymous to improvisation. Sometimes the master drummer can go off, but because of the bell, he's able to come back in rhythm. And so the main role of the bell is, aside its sonority and all those rhythms, it's able to guide the master drummer, all other supporting drummers, to align with the music. When you listen to Adua bell, for instance, it the tan 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 king 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 king. You see, there's a strong beat on the last beat. King 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 king. But when you come to Agbaja, the strong beat is on the first.
Okay.
King 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 kang 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 kang. So that's a difference. So you see that the drummer, the dancer is listening to that beat so that he can stand on the strong beat.
Okay.
So you hear king 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 king, he steps on it. You cannot dance and stand on the first beat. You will go off. So the bell is very important. It guides both drummers, it guides the dancers as well, and the singers as well. So that's why it's very important to have a bell pattern running through your traditional performance.
Right. So we'll just pause here and take a break. When we come back, I want us to look at unique musical instruments, you know, that are unique to specific ethnic groups and specific areas. So this is the sound of our identity. Interesting conversation. So when you meet an ensemble, at least you can now appreciate, you know, the story behind whatever it is you are watching or you are hearing. So the sound or the meanings behind the rhythms. You will also now understand and appreciate what roles the various instruments are playing. I have here with me Dr. B.B. Amache, and this is the sound of our identity. We'll be right back.
Ago.
Welcome back. This is the sound of our identity. We are looking at our various traditional dance forms. Before we went on break, we were talking about the musical instruments. We just discussed the bell. Look, you realize that when you come to the northern parts of Ghana, you find musical instruments, you know, like their drums are different. You find the dono. When you come to the Akan areas, you find the tumpan, you find the fonton from. They have these. Let's talk about some of these things. What's the relevance of the fonton from? We have a huge one behind you.
Yes. So it stands for royalty. If you go to the Akuapem range, also they also have the fonton from. Fonton from, you know how big the instrument is, so it symbolizes royalty, bigness, and even when you hear the sound, it's like bass. And when they are playing in an ensemble, you realize they don't play throughout.
No.
Just as kings.
They hit at some point.
Kings just speak once and then they leave. It's only the supporting drums that are noisy. Talking, then the king comes in. So wherever you see fonton from, you should start thinking about what happens in the king's court. Ashanti use it, the ekwapims also. So it's an akan kind of thing. And today I just witnessed one, the obonu. The Ghanaians also have obonu, and they use this big. I don't know whether they call it fonton,
but a drum like.
Yes, very big, and it was behaving just as the fonton does.
So the fonton same as talking drum?
No, it's not the same. Drum? Talking drum is is smaller than the fonton.
Okay.
But that one talks.
Right.
Most of it's high and low, and so it has a lot. Like the first example I gave you about Ajimai or Dampum, you see, it has bam bam bam. It has a low sound. It has a high pitched sound. So there's a way you play it, and then it's able to communicate.
So we have Ghana, Muntie,
right? Yes. So you can play that on the fonton pam 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 pam, because of the high and low
on the talking drum.
On the talking drum.
What's the local name for the talking drum?
Etumpai.
Yes. Okay. So it's Etumpai. I wanted to.
Yes. Etumpai is a local name for the.
But let's look at some of the, even in Greater Accra.
Yes.
They have the. When they sit, that box, they have the, metals in front of it to, how do you call that?
They have the kulumashi.
Yes, okay.
The kulumashi, they have the djembe. Djembe is a foreign drum from Sierra Leone.
Djembe, yes.
But during Palogo performances, they try to put in some djembe because of the way it's also being, Palogo is a recent dance.
Really?
Yes, it's not as old as all. So it's a recent recreational dance that the Ghanaian youth use to speak for themselves. So whenever you hear them playing the Palogo dance, it has a lot of coded meanings in, and so you have the adaka. It looks like a box.
Yes, like a box. Yeah.
Yes. And so that's the kulumashi drum. And then they have this other small, we call Palogo drums. And it comes in an ensemble. Well, if you look at all the musical types, they all come in ensembles, which signify what happens even in our societies. In a society there's a chief, there are queens, there are the subordinates and all. So the drum ensemble tries to represent
the community. Oh, that's how come we have the very small ones.
Very small one.
Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
so it's a representation of the community in performance. That is why the bigger drums, they don't speak regularly. They just come in once and then they keep quiet. Then you realize the bell pattern is always speaking. And that's what happens in our society or in our communities. So when you see something like that, it is depicting what really happens in terms of
Wow. We go up north and we have the, for instance, the dambat drums and the big ones. They even sound different.
Yes.
And you have the dono and what are those drums too, and what are they?
You see, the bigger ones are called the brekete drums.
Okay. Yes, the round
one, cylindrical in shape.
You can play back and
both sides are double-headed drums. Yes, so and with some rope or thread around it.
Yes.
One to hang and one on the head.
Yes.
And they all make some sound. They are all coded whenever they are playing.
Right.
So because of the coding, when the drummer plays a certain pattern, the dancer knows what he is playing and is able to respond with appropriate moves.
Right.
Otherwise, he will not be able to dance appropriately. Yeah. So there's the brekete drums. And then there's the dono, which usually is their ensemble.
Right.
Yes, we are talking about drums, but you see they have these flutes as well. The weir flute, where it plays just 2 notes or 3 notes. And usually
the atenteben is there.
The atenteben usually is from the southern part, like the Akan part. So over there we have the weir, and they usually play it in an ensemble. Exactly.
Something like that, yeah.
And then what happens is that you have to play a combination before you can get a certain melody. So when this man contributes this note, another person contributes this note, and then you can get some notes. Like the Ashantis also, the mensong, there are 7 horns.
Right, yeah.
And each horn has a certain note that it plays. So it depends on what they are playing. So one place they play alternatively to send a certain message.
I know there's one that plays like the bass, you know, the and that doesn't also play frequently at all. You know, once
most of the big instruments don't they don't rush when they are in performance. They just give it one to signify how the king or the chief behaves in the society.
Doc, before I let you go, how relevant, you know, are the live traditional music performances today?
They are because if we don't take care, we are losing it. If we don't take care, we are losing it. Now, most of the young ones don't even know what their traditional music is. And if we don't,
they know Afrobeat.
They know Afrobeat, Amapiano, and all. When you put music down, right? When you put music in the radio or something, and it's something traditional, they tell you are a kick. But they don't know that is what defines them as a people.
Exactly.
They are not aware. It is not the foreign ones, the Amapiano and things that define.
Amapiano doesn't know you.
Yes, exactly. And so I think it is so relevant that we intensify traditional performances in our societies. Anywhere we will get a chance, we need to intensify its performances. We are doing our best at the School of Performance.
And you are doing very, very well.
Yes, thank you so much.
Very well. You know, Doc, so you've been telling us, you know, the role of the bell, some of how the rhythm goes. I think you should demonstrate it to us. Okay, so maybe the bell, maybe the adowa. Should I also get up?
Yes.
So maybe the adowa, the agbaja, and the other ones, anyone that will come to mind.
So as I was saying, the bell guides the drama, the master drummer and the dancer. And for the dancer, you need where the strong beat is so that you can do the other encomiums. So for instance, the adowa bell I was talking about has the strong beat at the last end. So you have king, 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 king. So you realize that they stand on it, king, 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 king.
And you realize the adowa, it ends on the right foot, right?
Yes. So that's what gives you the strong king, 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 king. King, 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 king. Yes, that's that.
Right.
And so for the agbaja too, you realize that the beat is on the first one. King, 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 king.
So you realize that the agbaja bell doesn't break.
No.
So
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Yes.
But adowa breaks.
Yes.
Adowa is king, 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 and then agbaja goes. King, 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 king,
king, king, king. That's where it ends.
Right.
King, 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 king. But it runs in a cycle, so you don't even know where it starts or not.
Right.
But when you perceive it, then you know that it starts on the strong beat, the first beat. King, 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 king. Yes, that's it. And for the tabong, they all have something similar to the agbaja.
Okay.
The same king, 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 king. But theirs is king, 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 king.
So that's left.
King, 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 king. King, 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 king. You see?
Interesting.
So all those patterns, you need to be able to identify where the strong beat is. Then you can.
Interesting. Doc, I think we can sit now. And you also realize that with some of the, we spoke about the rhythm and what they are communicating.
Okay.
So I'm sure we have, like you mentioned earlier, that the whole Achagbeko's music and the dance is about war.
Yeah.
So what exactly are they saying?
Yeah, so as I said, every pattern they play is communicating to the dancer.
Right.
In those days, they were warriors, not just dancers. So you'll be hearing things like tro, 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 which means 10. So you see in the Agbeko dance, there's a place where they all 10. And there is one that they have to all stand. And
okay.
Yes, so they are all ever statements that they are making on the drums.
But when you're also observing Bobobo, for instance, it gets to a point you see that everybody is shaking their
they are shaking.
backside.
You
Yeah.
see, because of the way Bobobo is, somewhere in the song, you hear that dag bogboge, it means your mother is coming, or mommy is coming very soon. So if you know when mommy sees you in that, doing that kind of dance, shaking your bonbons for everybody, you may be reprimanded or something.
Right.
So they warn you.
What does Achiagbeko mean?
Achiagbeko.
Yeah.
That's the war. Agbe. Agbe is life in Ever. And then Ko is the war. So it's like living a life of war.
Right.
Kind of.
Right. Like fighting to survive.
Fighting to survive, yes.
Interesting. Achiagbeko. We go to our communities and we hear the music. We know what they are communicating.
Right.
When we see the drums, we know which belongs to where and what they are for. Thank you very much
Thank you
for
so
coming.
much. My pleasure.
Right, so now you know. Visit your roots, go to your hometown, get involved. At least now you have the theory, so go for the practicals. This has been the sound of our identity. Thank you very much. My guest was Dr. Amache Boateng. I'm Frema Edunyame. Thanks for watching.
Ago.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
In the heart of Africa, where the warmth of our people meets the beauty of our land, there's a pride that soars high. Welcome to South African Airways. At SAA, we're more than an airline. From the golden sands of Cape Town to the thundering Victoria Falls, from the turquoise waters of Mauritius to the pristine beaches of Perth, let South African Airways take you on a journey you'll never forget. As a proud member of the Star Alliance, the world's largest premier airline network, SAA is dedicated to delivering unparalleled passenger services of the highest standard. South African Airways, proudly South African, where every journey begins with Sawubona. We see you.
Ramadan Kareem, a season of peace, blessings, and giving. Electroland Ghana Limited is bringing blessings into your home with special value deals on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO. NASCO TVs from just $699, bottom fridge freezer from $1999, chest freezer from $1999, Samsung 6kg twin tab washing machine for 2,999 Ghana cedis, Samsung microwaves from 1,799 Ghana cedis, TCL 43 inches for 2,999 Ghana cedis, TCL water dispenser for 1,599 Ghana cedis, TCL front load inverter for 5,999 Ghana cedis, Media air cooler for 1,499 Ghana cedis, air fryer, juicer, stand mixer, and blender at all special Ramadan prices. Visit EGL showrooms and authorized dealers nationwide. Call us on 0503-159739 and on our website at www.electrolandgh.com. Electroland Ghana, bringing Ramadan value home.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, man, you're covered.
The
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva. The Ghana Exim Bank is 10 years old. Hooray! And to commemorate this milestone, the Ghana Exim Bank is hosting a 2-day international conference on the theme, A Decade of Enabling Export Trade and Industrial Transformation, Resetting GEXIM for the Next Frontier. The event takes place on the 25th to 26th of March at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, 8 a.m. each day. President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will perform the official opening of the conference. Special guest and speaker, Honorable Elizabeth Ofoswejari, Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Conference host is Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank. For inquiries, call 0208-541-480 or visit eximbankghana.com/conference to register. Media partners, Daily Graphic, Media General, The Multimedia Group, Citi FM, Radio Gold and Channel 1 TV. And knowledge partners include IFC and SME Finance Forum.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So that was from Edwina's conversation with Dr. Benjamin Amache Boateng with our on-air series discussing roots and rhythms, traditional music forms, instruments, cultural meanings, with a touch of live traditional musical performance. Absolutely loved it. I trust you did too. Expect more tomorrow. The Heritage Caravan is on the road. And on air we have conversations for you, and later in the month we'll bring you the food festival. And talking about food, I have FVV Foods in the studio, and this month, as we show our Ghanaians, FVV Foods is doing something amazing. You know already, a wholly owned Ghanaian business. That's what they are, and they're surprising customers with something big. And to talk about that, I have Genevieve Anankoino. She's team lead for WeCom, and Lexi. Yes, the Lexi, you know. Lexi, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
It's good to see you in the studio.
Oh, my mentor, my oracle.
Oh, Master Jaisa. Master Jaisa. Brand ambassador, Papa.
Exactly.
No, since when? I didn't know this. Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm doing my second year with them.
Oh, sweet. This is good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Genevieve, you are with WeCom. So, tell us the big surprise coming from FVV Rise this, Heritage Month.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. So, it's Ghana Month,
And Evivi has a surprise for all Ghanaians.
Nice.
And you know that when it comes to Ghana month, we say buy Ghana, eat Ghana.
Sharp.
Yes. So this Ghana month, we want to make the buying process very, very simple for the Ghanaian community.
Tell me about it.
So we are saying that for every 25 kg Evivi rice bag you buy, we have taken 50 Ghana cedis off it. A whopping 50 Ghana cedis off it. So you're not just saying the buy Ghana, but we are making the buy Ghana practical.
No, you are giving us a treat.
Yes, we are giving you a
for
treat.
buying a 25 kg of Ghana FVV rice.
Yes.
Lexi, why this decision?
We believe food shouldn't be an expensive thing for anybody to consume or buy. So FVV, we are very thoughtful, and we believe that if we are celebrating Ghana, you should have Ghana in you, not just look Ghana. That is why we are reducing it for everybody to have a taste of FVV. And trust me, when we say rice in Ghana now, the best compared to any international brand, it comes first.
Yes.
You can use it to prepare any meal. Wache, jollof, mutu, rice water, benkun.
The FVV rice.
Try it.
You can use it to cook banku.
If you are provoked.
and Lexi, speak to those who say they did the Ghana rice. They don't Ghana rice in some way or what? Yeah, but still.
You see.
What have you found in your interactions and your experience?
And anybody that knows Lexi brand, I don't compromise on quality, and I'll never affiliate with anything that compromises on quality.
Sharp.
You see, FVV rice. It's not like you are going to bring out a big pan, pour it on the pan, and half time spend the whole day taking out stones. That is not it.
At all?
No.
Right.
No. They say local rice comes with stones.
This one doesn't.
No. You are not David to be collecting stones.
A 5 pebble sentence.
No.
You are not going to kill Goliath.
And when people say, I like my rice to remove one, like Ochame Kwame's English. I like my rice very nice. Ochame, this rice to one.
Right.
And it tastes very good.
Nice.
It's not like I'm robbing. The other time we brought some to the office, and I listened to Mr. Benadavle after eating the rice. The English was just flowing. So please, this is the best rice, and I'm not here to even say much. Just try it, buy it, taste it, and maybe after the Ghana month, that will be your preferred choice on
for the rest of your kitchen days.
Yes.
Right, but this 50 Ghana is not 50 Ghana. That's a lot. Usually when we are getting reductions like maybe 5 CD or 10, but 50 there, a bit more.
Yeah.
What do you head the brand? What do you head the company?
So people might see it from the angle of it's a loss. I mean, that's fair, but to us it's not a loss. To us, it's an investment into our people.
Okay.
So Ghanaians are the ones that are patronizing our brand, and as a Ghanaian brand, we are one. So it's hand go, hand come.
Nice.
And since we are investing in our people, we are saying that for the mother who is going to the market to buy a 25 kg for the house, you're saving that 50 cedis to buy an extra oil.
Nice.
Or the caterer who is buying those 10 bags, you are saving 500 cedis to do something else. So this is just to make...
Already you have FVV soya bean cooking oil.
Exactly.
Tell me about that.
When we came, you thought it was an anointing oil. It is oil for consumption.
Okay.
It is 100% organic.
Okay.
That is something we want to drum in the ears of many Ghanaians listening to us this morning. It is 100% organic. You see, you look like what you eat. So if you want to consume anything, you should consume everything organic because your body is actually organic. And this is soya bean oil extracted from the soya bean grain.
Right.
And that is what we have here.
It's grown
and
right here.
Right here in Ghana
Okay.
and packaged here in Ghana.
Nice.
And we are planning all to feed Ghanaians with it. And if you are in Ghana and planning on traveling to it, it's well packaged, so you don't think of any spillage or anything.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
So if the other concern people have is that look, we hear about it, we love it, we love it, we want to buy, but we don't find it on the market. Is FVV available?
It is everywhere.
FVV is available, and we even have an online distributor called eatfreshghana.com.
Eatfreshghana.com.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you go on eatfreshghana.com, you can sit in the comfort of your home and order any FVV products or even all the FVV products from there. So
and you deliver to my doorstep.
Yes,
no matter the quantity.
No matter the
just
quantity.
order right now.
Yeah.
We'll leave this bag there.
Actually, since this one has been ordered already,
I will try to make another delivery.
I will do another.
Yeah.
When I finish this bag, then I'll do another order. Okay, let's mention it again. But
eatfreshghana.com.
Eatfreshghana.com.
Yes,
in the comfort of your home, wherever you are, Chile, Kaswa, they will bring it straight.
Anywhere.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Lexi, so what will be your final word to Ghanaians on what FVV has to offer us in this month of March? Heritage Month and beyond.
What I want to tell Ghanaians is, but before I do that,
yes.
It's not just the oil and rice. We also have chicken.
Oh, you have chicken
yes,
too.
So and
nice.
Our Muslims, I know they will be celebrating their Salah.
Yeah.
The chicken we have on the market was actually like processed and everything by their fellow Muslims. So they have a name they call halal or something.
Yeah.
Halal. So they can consume it
Dressed
as
chicken.
well. Perfect. It tastes really nice. So what I want to tell Ghanaians is, whilst you're thinking of wearing Ghana, talk like a Ghanaian or behave or be in your Ghanaian self.
Yes.
Consume Ghana too. And when you think of consuming Ghana, please think of FVV rice.
Sure.
Any shop you go to, you'll find the product on there. If you
Even
don't get
Shell.
it, if all Shell shops in Accra, you can just walk it.
All Shell shops.
Yeah,
Shell.
Shell
shops.
Yeah. So if you walk into the gas station, Shell, walk into their mat,
right,
you will find FVV on their counter or their Shell, and you grab some.
Fantastic.
And so make it part of your plan.
Sure.
At least when I walk into your kitchen anytime, I should find something of FVV.
It's
and
amazing.
the beauty of it is we've reduced it. I mean, the 25 kg, 50 Ghana, yeah, 50 Ghana cedis. Yeah, to say he who,
Lexi the comic,
powerful Mr. Caleb Kuda,
brand ambassador.
I call him the oracle of comedy of our time.
It was really fun hanging out with you, Lexi the comic, and also you have Genevieve Anaqueno. Last Thursday we had the Liquid Church at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel.
I was invited.
Dickness, whatever was there, and you didn't come. I didn't see you.
I
You have to come next time. I'll see you.
As Ghanaians will say, sorry for left.
Lexi the comic, thank you for passing through. Really amazing spending time with you. And then Genevieve Anaqueno, they've reduced their FVV Ghana rice 25 kg by 50 Ghana cedis. So when you buy 25 kg, you use the 50 to buy FVV soya bean cooking oil, and they have chicken as well. Take care of yourself. It's all Ghana month, Heritage Month. Let's do it. And this Independence Weekend is not for staying home from the 6th to the 8th. Park and Watch takes over Black Star Square, 6th and 7th. Free drive-in movie nights. Pull up in your car, tune in through your speakers and enjoy great screening. DJ says live performance, vibrant night market, proper food, simple and good energy. 8th March, we make history. Ghana's first ever live drive-in theater experience. We bring you the Black Star, Teacher of Africa, a powerful stage production on Ghana's independence and the legacy of our Sajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So experience the Park and Watch way from the comfort of your car or from your sitting area under the stars. I have experienced this before and you will absolutely love it. Visit hypeflexdrivein.com. Call 055-758-7624. Secure your tickets now. Inspired by Hype Up Limited and Africa Arts Network in partnership with SIC Life Insurance, Stanbic Bank Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, UNESCO Ghana, the British Council, and Yomi Yogurts. And when the world travels for greatness, Litina is the connection. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event. It's happening in the US, Mexico, and Canada. Call 0244-260-789 for yours now. Let them take you to the World Cup. Litina is at Alisa Hotel Northridge. So call them to secure your spot now. And if you're looking for a motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollad Insurance is right here for you. They have 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you're never stuck on the road. 0800 444 999. Visit their office or speak to your broker now. For Light Insurance, we've got you covered. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, Piva Beverages is what to look out for. Piva Beverage, Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy. Call us now 055-0032-231. Piva Beverages is a taste you will love. It's top of the hour and Sheba Abba Benin is here. For the news at 10, good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. Coming up in the bulletin.